In a world full of noise, distractions, and shallow interactions, a few rare individuals have forged a different path. These are the chosen ones, the ones who walk the road less traveled, the ones who have embraced solitude, not as a curse, but as their battlefield. While others remain lost in the chaos of their lives, the chosen ones rise, unshaken by the challenges that break most people. They carve new paths in the unknown, evolving into beings of power, clarity, and depth. But how do they do it? How do they survive the hardships that others can't even imagine enduring? It is in solitude where the chosen ones find their true strength. This isolation doesn't break them, it shapes them. It forces them to confront their deepest fears, to sharpen their minds, and to develop powers that separate them from the majority. And those powers are what make them unstoppable. If you've ever felt different, if you've ever been drawn away from the crowd, you know the silence, the feeling of being out of place, and yet, you also know that it is this very solitude that holds the key to your transformation. In this article, we will uncover the 5 supernatural powers that the chosen ones develop in solitude. Powers that make them rise above the 80% of people who remain stuck in the noise and distractions of life. These powers will not only make you unstoppable, they will also change the way you see the world and the way the world sees you. Now I invite you to hit that subscribe button and comment 777 below to join me on this journey of faith, healing, and transformation. Let's walk together. Power 1. The ironclad mind, unshaken in the face of pressure. In a world where chaos reigns and pressure mounts, the chosen ones remain unshaken, like mountains standing tall against the fiercest storms. When everything around them crumbles, they don't break. They don't panic. Instead, they thrive. While the world is designed to break the average person, through distractions, expectations, and emotional turmoil, the chosen stand firm, undeterred by the relentless forces around them. Their minds are unmovable, their will unbreakable. This unshakable mindset is not born of mere luck. It's forged in the fires of adversity. The chosen ones have faced hardships most would never imagine: betrayal, loneliness, abandonment, and despair. These trials have not been their undoing, but their shaping force. Like steel in a forge, the heat of their struggles has hardened them, giving them the strength to withstand whatever life throws their way. Each challenge they've faced has added layers to their resolve, solidifying their inner strength and resilience. While others crumble under pressure, overwhelmed by emotion and circumstance, the chosen remain standing, their hearts calm and their minds sharp. In moments of crisis, where the world spirals into chaos, the chosen ones do not react with rage, fear, or panic. They remain still, like the eye of a hurricane, calm amidst the storm. Others may lash out, make rash decisions, or allow their emotions to rule their actions, but the chosen are different. They step back and observe. They calculate their next move with precise intention, unaffected by the emotions that cloud others' judgment. Where others act impulsively, driven by the rush of adrenaline or the weight of their fears, the chosen calmly plan, making decisions with a clarity that others cannot fathom. Their ability to remain composed is often misunderstood. Many mistake their calm for coldness, assuming that the chosen feel nothing. But this is far from the truth. The reality is that the chosen have mastered their emotions. They don't suppress their feelings, they control them. They've learned how to sit with their emotions, process them, and channel that raw energy into something more powerful. Where others would allow their emotions to drive them to destruction, the chosen harness their emotional energy, refining it, turning it into strength and focus. It is in this mastery of self that the true power of the chosen lies. When most people crumble under the weight of a stressful situation, the chosen remain resolute. They are not immune to pain or distress, but they refuse to let those emotions govern their actions. Instead, they transform those feelings into something greater. The chosen can feel the sting of betrayal, the heaviness of sorrow, the intensity of anger, but they do not let these emotions control them. They take that energy, refine it, and use it to propel themselves forward. This is what makes them dangerous. While others react impulsively, the chosen move with purpose. While others explode, the chosen remain calm, calculating, and unbreakable. In heated moments, whether in arguments, conflicts, or high-stakes decisions, the chosen are the ones who remain grounded. They see through the noise, recognizing that the true battle lies not outside themselves, but within. They have already faced the greatest adversary, their own doubts, fears, and emotions. As a result, their minds are clear, their instincts sharpened, and their decisions deliberate. They are in full control, and in a world that thrives on chaos, this inner mastery gives them an edge that others simply cannot match. The greatest strength of the chosen lies not in their ability to avoid emotions, but in their ability to control them. They have learned to face the storm within, and have come out the other side with a mind stronger than steel. This is what makes them unshakable, unstoppable, and ultimately, undefeatable. While the rest of the world falters under the weight of their own emotional turmoil, the chosen walk calmly, resolutely, and purposefully, moving toward greatness with unwavering certainty. Power 2. The soul's X-ray, seeing through the masks of others. The chosen ones possess a rare gift, the ability to see through the masks that most people wear. In a world where nearly everyone hides behind a facade, pretending to be confident, happy, or at peace, the chosen see the truth that lies beneath the surface. They can hear the words people speak, but more importantly, they feel the weight of their silence. The chosen can look into someone's eyes and perceive the unspoken fears, insecurities, and desires that lurk beneath the surface. To them, the world is full of masks, but they possess the power to remove them, revealing the raw, unfiltered truth that others try desperately to hide. This ability is not something that is given lightly. It is earned through solitude. While the rest of the world fills their days with distractions and noise, the chosen sit in silence, learning to observe. They become masters of reading subtle cues, the slight hesitation in someone's voice, the tension in their posture, the flicker of doubt in their eyes. These small signals that most people miss become glaring indicators to the chosen. It's as though they possess X-ray vision, enabling them to peer past the carefully constructed facades that others present to the world and see the hidden truths beneath. What makes this ability so unsettling is that it strips people of their illusions. When the chosen look at someone, it's as if that person is laid bare, exposed for all their hidden motives, contradictions, and lies. People are uncomfortable when they realize they cannot hide their true selves from the chosen. They may smile, but the chosen can sense the resentment lurking behind that smile. They may speak confidently, but the chosen can detect the underlying insecurity. It is this ability to see through the veil of pretense that makes the chosen ones so powerful and so feared. However, the chosen do not use their gift to manipulate or take advantage of others. They don't use their insights to control, they use them to understand. This power isn't about gaining an upper hand over others. It is about protecting themselves from deception and forming deep, authentic connections with the few who dare to be real. While most people live in a world of illusions, the chosen walk through life with eyes wide open, fully aware of the truths others are too afraid to acknowledge. They understand that to truly connect with others, you must first see them as they truly are, not as they present themselves. In a society where most people are actors, playing roles to protect themselves or fit in, the chosen ones see through the performance. They recognize the difference between appearance and reality, and this understanding sets them apart. They don't get fooled by charming words or polished images. Instead, they see the raw, unfiltered reality of the human experience. It is this ability to see the truth that makes them dangerous to those who rely on deception to navigate the world. The chosen are rare. Few people possess this level of clarity and understanding. But those who do are unstoppable, for they cannot be manipulated or controlled by the lies that bind most others. The power of the chosen is not just in their ability to see others clearly, it's in their capacity to navigate the world with authenticity. They recognize the masks people wear, but they are not fooled by them. Instead, They meet people where they are, seeing the truth behind the mask and connecting with others on a deeper level than most will ever experience. This is the power of the chosen, the ability to see beyond the surface, beyond the illusions, and to understand the real, raw truth that lies beneath. Power 3. The razor mind phenomenon, clarity and focus in the midst of chaos. In a world overwhelmed by noise, distractions, and constant chaos, the chosen ones have mastered the art of razor-sharp focus. While others are drowned in a sea of uncertainty, confusion, and hesitation, the chosen stand clear and resolute, their minds sharp as blades. They can cut through the noise, seeing the world with a clarity that most can only dream of. While the masses are pulled in 100 directions, the chosen remain focused, determined, and absolutely certain of their purpose. This remarkable ability to maintain hyper-focus does not come naturally. It is a skill honed over countless hours of solitude, introspection, and self-discipline. In a world where most people waste their time mindlessly scrolling through social media, engaging in shallow conversations, or filling their minds with trivial distractions, the chosen use their time differently. They embrace silence, allowing themselves to tune out the chaos around them. They learn to focus their minds, sharpening their clarity like a blade being honed to perfection. Where others are lost in the noise, the chosen see through it, pinpointing what truly matters and focusing all their energy on it. This laser-like focus is not a product of chance. It is the result of rigorous mental training. Through isolation, the chosen have learned to shut out the doubts, fears, and distractions that cloud the minds of others. They have spent countless hours reflecting on their goals, their motivations, and the path they must take. In doing so, they have developed the ability to cut through the mental fog that paralyzes others and see clearly what is important. This heightened clarity allows them to make decisions swiftly and with confidence, something most people cannot do in the face of confusion and pressure. While the world around them may be in chaos, the chosen remain calm and composed. They don't second-guess themselves. When others hesitate, caught in the swirl of uncertainty and indecision, the chosen move forward with purpose, making choices that others are too afraid to make. Their mind is no longer clouded by doubt or fear. They have trained themselves to trust their judgment completely. This ability to see clearly, to make decisions without hesitation, is what sets them apart from the rest of the world. And it is this clarity that makes them unstoppable. In a world where most people freeze when faced with pressure, the chosen step into the storm with unshakable certainty. They make decisions that seem reckless to others, but to them, it is the natural result of their unwavering focus and crystal-clear understanding of the situation. Where others get lost in the noise, the chosen move with precision, always one step ahead, always certain of their direction. This absolute clarity of thought is not just a gift. It is the culmination of their inner work, their dedication to mastering their mind and their purpose. And this power, this ability to cut through the chaos, is what makes the chosen ones truly unstoppable. Power 4. The echo of pain. Understanding the unspoken struggles of others. The chosen ones possess a rare and powerful gift, the ability to feel the unspoken pain of others. It's as if they can hear the silent cries of those around them, even when no words are spoken. While others may smile, speak politely, or hide behind masks of composure, the chosen see beyond these facades. They sense the sorrow behind a forced laugh, the insecurity hidden beneath a facade of confidence, and the desperation veiled by an outward display of control. It is not just that they see people. They feel them on a much deeper level. They can intuitively grasp the struggles that others are too afraid to show, understanding the emotional battles that remain buried beneath the surface. This ability is not something that comes easily. It is a gift forged through the chosen one's own encounters with pain. They have faced their own battles, walked through the darkest of valleys, and endured the harshest of trials. Loneliness, betrayal, heartbreak, and despair have been their companions. But instead of allowing these experiences to break them, the chosen have emerged stronger. Through their own suffering, they have developed an uncanny sensitivity to the pain of others. Just as they recognize the burn of their own scars, They can see and feel the hidden wounds in the eyes of others, even when those people are too afraid to acknowledge them. Most people, when confronted with pain, seek ways to avoid or bury it. They distract themselves with meaningless activities, deny their suffering, or build walls to keep others from seeing their vulnerabilities. But the chosen ones do not run from their pain. They face it head-on, allowing themselves to process their darkness and learn from it. This journey through their own suffering has sharpened their ability to empathize with others, giving them a rare gift, the ability to perceive the subtle signs of distress that others might miss. Far from being a weakness, this heightened sensitivity is a tremendous strength. The chosen have learned to listen to the unspoken words, to understand the energy that surrounds a person, and to connect with others in ways that most cannot. With this gift, they can offer something that few can: true understanding. They can comfort those in pain, provide a safe space for others to open up, and offer healing in ways that go beyond words. Their presence alone can be a balm for someone's soul, simply because they truly see and feel what others are going through. While others may feel uncomfortable with their ability to read the unspoken pain of those around them, the chosen embrace it. They do not use it to manipulate or judge. Instead, they use it to connect on a deeper, more meaningful level. They understand that every person carries a burden, and they have the wisdom to offer compassion without expectation. This is what makes the chosen truly powerful: their ability to step into another's shoes, to understand their unspoken struggles, and to offer comfort and healing in a world that often overlooks the silent battles people face. Power 5. The Time Alchemist. Turning solitude into mastery. Time is an unrelenting force. It moves forward without pause, indifferent to the struggles and distractions of those caught in its current. While most people let time slip away, consumed by distractions, fleeting pleasures, and shallow pursuits, the chosen ones see time as a tool, a force they can bend to their will. They are time alchemists, capable of transforming moments of solitude into opportunities for profound growth and transformation. Where others waste time, the chosen make it their ally, turning every second into an investment in their evolution. While most people dread the silence that accompanies solitude, seeing it as boredom or emptiness, the chosen see it as fertile ground for growth. They don't fill their time with the noise of the world. Instead, they embrace the silence, using it as a space to sharpen their minds, refine their skills, and deepen their understanding. For the chosen, every moment alone is a chance to improve, to master their thoughts, emotions, and actions. They know that time, once lost, can never be regained, and they refuse to squander it. Where others waste hours on trivial distractions, the chosen harness their time to build a stronger, wiser, and more focused version of themselves. In solitude, the chosen do not merely survive, they thrive. They understand that it is in these quiet moments, away from the chaos and noise of the world, that true transformation occurs. The isolation they experience is not something to be feared, but something to be cherished. It is in these moments of stillness that they confront their own limitations and break free from the constraints of the ordinary world. They embrace the silence, knowing that it is through solitude that they gain the clarity, strength, and insight needed to rise above the crowd. And when the chosen emerge from their time alone, they are unrecognizable to those around them. The time they've spent in solitude has refined them into something unstoppable. They are no longer bound by the distractions and limitations that hold most people back. They have mastered their thoughts, their emotions, and their actions, and now they move through life with power, precision, and purpose. They no longer follow the paths that others tread. They create their own path, guided by the wisdom they've gained from their time alone. The power of the time alchemist lies in the ability to see solitude not as a void, but as a space for growth and mastery. While others may fear the quiet, the chosen use it to elevate themselves. They know that time is the most valuable resource they possess, and they treat it with the respect it deserves. Through their ability to turn solitude into strength, they become masters of time itself, and in doing so, they become unstoppable forces, moving through life with an unwavering sense of purpose. The chosen are not ordinary. They are unshaken in the face of pressure, able to see the truth behind the masks of others, and move with unyielding clarity in a world full of noise. They feel the pain of others deeply and turn their solitude into a source of unstoppable strength. They are the masters of their time, and nothing can stand in their way. If you feel different, if you feel like you were never meant to blend in with the 80%, then you are one of the chosen. Now, it's time to unlock your true potential and use your solitude to transform yourself into the unstoppable force you were always meant to be. Chosen one. This message has found you for a reason, and deep down, you know it. You didn't stumble upon these words by chance. You were guided here, pulled by something greater, a whisper from the universe, a calling from your soul. You've been walking a sacred path, unraveling truth from illusion, shedding layers of who you were told to be, and awakening to who you truly are. You've questioned everything. You've felt the shift. You've seen through the veil that once kept you asleep. And now, everything changes. Because this, right here, right now, is the moment your awakening ends and your true purpose begins. No more seeking. No more waiting for signs. No more wondering if you're ready. Because you are. If you felt that restlessness in your spirit, that quiet knowing that something more is calling, this is why. You are no longer standing on the edge. You are at the threshold, and the door is open. Many get stuck in the awakening, mistaking the journey for the destination. But here's the truth few speak. Awakening was never the end. It was the initiation. Now your mission begins. Your power rises. The world needs your light. Not someday, but now. There are 7 sacred signs that confirm this shift, and once you recognize them, there is no going back. If your soul is already resonating, declare it now. Type 777 in the comments, and step forward. It's time to remember who you are. Let's begin. For so long, the world has taught that the goal of spirituality is awakening, that the summit of all growth is awareness, that once you've seen through the illusions of this world, your work is done. But that is the greatest illusion of all. Your awakening was not the destination. It was the door. It was not the mountaintop. It was the first step on the path to your purpose. When you first awakened, everything changed. The world no longer made sense in the way it once did. You began to feel things differently. You saw through systems, through masks, through stories that no longer resonated with your spirit. You may have felt alone, like a stranger in your own life. That discomfort, that disconnection, that was the beginning of your transformation. You searched, you studied, you meditated, you deconstructed everything you were taught. You burned down the old structures of your mind to build a new foundation rooted in truth. But now, the time for learning has passed. You already know. Now the question is, will you live it? Because awakening without action is just insight. But awakening with embodiment? That is divine power. And that is what you're being called into. You were not awakened to merely observe the world. You were awakened to change it. So how do you know when your awakening has ended and your mission has begun? These 7 signs are your answer. Sign 1. You no longer feel separate from the universe. In the early stages of awakening, it's common to feel alone, as though you're floating between 2 worlds. You no longer resonate with the old world, yet you don't fully understand the new one. But then, something shifts. Suddenly, you're not searching for connection anymore. You are connection. You don't just believe in oneness, you feel it in your bones. You've stopped looking for the divine outside of yourself because you've realized the truth. You are the divine, experiencing itself through human form. The illusion of separation dissolves. You feel the life force in everything. In the wind, in the trees, in the people around you. You sense the energy behind every word, every thought, every action. You no longer ask, "Am I on the right path?" because you trust that everything is unfolding exactly as it should. This knowing brings peace. You stop resisting. You stop chasing. You begin to flow with life, to surrender to the great rhythm of the cosmos. You live from alignment rather than ambition. You no longer feel the need to force your way, because you know the way is within you. Sign 2. Your intuition becomes your compass. There was a time when your inner voice was drowned out by the noise of the world. You doubted your instincts. You questioned your every step. You needed constant reassurance, approval, and validation from others to feel confident in your decisions. Fear clouded your clarity. Logic often overrode your heart. And even when your soul whispered the truth, you hesitated. But now, everything has shifted. Your inner voice is no longer a faint whisper. It has become your North Star, loud and clear. You don't seek permission to act. You don't ask the world what you already know deep within. You don't wait for another sign, another message, another green light from the outside, because you've realized you are the sign. And the most powerful shift? You trust that knowing. Even when something doesn't make sense on paper, even when others don't understand your path, even when fear tries to sneak in, you follow that quiet certainty within. You walk away when your energy feels off, even if you can't explain it. You take leaps into the unknown when your spirit nudges you forward, even if there's no logical reason why. You've stopped arguing with your soul, and life? It begins to flow, not because it suddenly becomes easy, but because you're no longer resisting the current. You've stepped into alignment, and alignment is effortless compared to the exhaustion of trying to force what was never meant for you. You've learned that your intuition isn't just a feeling. It's the voice of your higher self. It's the map your soul wrote long before your mind could understand it. This doesn't mean you never feel fear. It means you no longer let fear steer the ship. You now know that every time you follow that inner guidance, life unfolds in the most unexpected and magical ways. Opportunities open, doors appear, connections align, and you look back and realize you were never lost. You were always being led. Sign 3. Material desires no longer control you. There was a time when you believed success was something you could measure, in dollars, in titles, in applause. You thought happiness lived in achievements, in the approval of others, in the accumulation of things. Like so many, you were taught that the more you had, the more you were worth. You chased status, recognition, likes on a screen, anything that could validate your existence in the eyes of the world. But now, you see through the illusion. It's not that you've rejected abundance or prosperity. Quite the opposite. You understand their value. But what's changed is your relationship with them. You're no longer chasing for the sake of chasing. You no longer pursue things to prove something or to fill a void. You've detached from the need to have in order to feel like you are enough. Because now, you know you already are. You no longer measure your worth by your career, your income, your possessions, or your popularity. You've stopped asking, "What will bring me success?" and started asking, "What aligns with my soul?" You no longer run after things that sparkle on the outside but leave you feeling empty within. You are not here to perform. You are here to become. And here's the miracle. The moment you stop chasing, the moment you let go of striving from lack, abundance began to flow to you. Naturally, gently, without force, not just in material form, but in peace, purpose, and meaningful connection. Why? Because your energy is no longer scattered by desperation or ego-driven desires. You're not leaking your power into illusions. You've rooted yourself in purpose. And purpose is magnetic. It pulls in exactly what you need at exactly the right time. Now, you understand that true wealth is inner peace. The true success is living in alignment. The true fulfillment comes not from what you have, but from who you are becoming. Sign 4. You have embraced solitude and found peace. There was a time when silence felt like a heavy weight, a space you tried to avoid at all costs. When the noise inside your mind became louder in stillness, you filled your days with distractions. You surrounded yourself with people, conversations, entertainment, anything to escape the discomfort of being alone. Solitude felt like loneliness, emptiness, a void you didn't know how to sit with. But now, everything has changed. Solitude has become sacred. Stillness, a sanctuary. What once felt unbearable is now your source of strength. You no longer run from your own presence. You cherish it. You have made peace with your mind. You've quieted the noise. You've befriended your own spirit. Now you crave those moments of deep quiet, not to hide from the world, but to return to yourself, to realign, to reconnect with your inner truth. In solitude, you don't feel alone. You feel held, grounded, connected to something far greater. It is in that space that you hear the whisper of the divine most clearly. It is where your soul breathes freely. You've realized that being alone is not the same as being lonely. In fact, the loneliest moments often came when you were surrounded by people who didn't truly see you. Now, you understand that depth matters more than company. You no longer tolerate shallow connections, performative friendships, or energy-draining interactions. You've stopped forcing conversations that don't resonate and relationships that don't honor your spirit. Your circle has grown smaller, but richer, real, aligned. And because you've stopped seeking fulfillment from others, every connection you choose now must add to your energy, not drain it. You don't need to be constantly validated, heard, or entertained. You are no longer desperate for attention, approval, or belonging, because you have found all of that within yourself. This inner contentment is powerful, rare, and unshakable. Sign 5. You naturally attract others who need your light. Without effort, without trying to be anything other than yourself, people are drawn to you. It's as if your presence carries a quiet gravity, an invisible force that pulls others in. Strangers feel safe around you. They open up with stories they've never told anyone else. Friends come to you not just for comfort, but for clarity. You've become the calm in the chaos, the lighthouse in the storm. And no, this is not ego. This is energy. Your vibration has changed. Your frequency has risen. And whether people understand it or not, they feel it. They may not know what it is about you, but they feel a sense of peace, truth, or awakening just by being near you. It's not what you say, it's what you carry. You've become the guide you once needed. You embody the wisdom you spent years seeking. You are now the mirror that reflects back to others what they have forgotten about themselves. You don't preach, you don't force, you don't try to impress. You simply are. And that authenticity, that alignment is magnetic. Not everyone who comes to you will stay. Some are only meant to cross paths with you for a moment. A conversation, a word, a glance that stirs something in them. Others may be drawn to your light but fear what it reveals within themselves. And that's okay. You've learned not to take it personally. You've learned that your role is not to carry others. It is to shine and let those who are ready rise. This energetic shift also calls in your tribe. Those who are also awakening, those walking their own divine paths. The more you step into your truth, the more you attract others who match your frequency. Your circle may become smaller, but the connections grow deeper. Purposeful, soul-aligned. This is not about being special. It's about being aligned. You're no longer chasing validation, no longer trying to be seen. You are seen because your energy speaks before your words do. Sign 6. You see through illusion and cannot be deceived. There was a time when you took the world at face value. When you trusted what you were told by teachers, leaders, media, and systems built to shape your perception. You accepted the version of reality that was handed to you, never questioning who crafted it or why. But those days are over. Now you see. Your vision has sharpened. Your spirit has awakened. You no longer need physical proof to sense when something is off, because your soul knows. You feel the energy behind words. You see the motives behind actions. You recognize truth not by how it looks, but by how it resonates. You see through the masks people wear, the performance, the projection, the illusion. You can feel deception before it even speaks. Your intuition has become your filter, and it's razor sharp. And no, this isn't fear, nor is it paranoia. It's clarity, it's discernment, it's spiritual maturity. You've unplugged from the matrix, not the digital one but the energetic one, the illusion of a world designed to keep you small, distracted, and disconnected from your power. You no longer consume narratives blindly. You no longer allow mainstream voices or external figures to define what is real, what is worthy, or what is true. You seek answers beneath the surface. You read between the lines. You feel your way into the truth. And once you find it, you hold it close, no matter how unpopular it may be. And most importantly, you no longer need others to agree with you. You don't waste your energy trying to convince those who are not ready to see. You've realized that truth can't be forced. Awakening can't be rushed. You allow others their path, their timing, their process. And in the meantime, you simply continue to walk in your light. Because your truth doesn't need permission. It doesn't need applause. It just needs to be lived. Sign 7. You feel called to step fully into your mission. This is the final sign, and it is the most powerful of all. You no longer question why you are here. You no longer search endlessly for your purpose, hoping the universe will drop it into your lap. Something within you already knows. It's not a fully detailed roadmap, but it's a burning flame in your soul. Undeniable, persistent, sacred. There is a pull now, an inner gravity drawing you forward, a divine urgency rising from deep within, calling you to create, to lead, to heal, to speak truth, to awaken others, to build something that lasts beyond you. This isn't just a dream or a vague idea. It's a knowing, a spiritual assignment etched into your being. And here's what makes this moment different. You can no longer ignore it. You can't go back to the old version of yourself, the one who stayed silent, small, safe. You can't pretend you didn't see what you've seen. You can't unlearn the truths you now carry. You can't numb the call that echoes louder with every passing day. You're no longer satisfied with just getting by or fitting in. You're not here to blend into the noise. You're here to shift the frequency. You're here to wake up the world. And yes, fear may still whisper. It may try to plant seeds of doubt. Who am I to lead? What if I fail? What if I'm not enough? But those voices no longer control you. You've walked through too much darkness. You've broken too many chains. You've risen too far to turn back now. You are not who you were. You are who you were always meant to become. Everything you've experienced, the pain, the breakdowns, the revelations, the healing, it was all preparation. You've gathered the wisdom. You've strengthened your spirit. You've stepped into alignment. Now the mission you were born for is calling, louder, clearer, bolder than ever, and this time you're ready to answer. Chosen one, your awakening was never the end. It was the spark, and now you are the flame. You are no longer waking up. You are awake. No longer waiting. You are moving. No longer searching. You know. The world is shifting. Light and darkness are colliding. The veil is thinning, and those who have awakened are being summoned. Not someday, not when it feels comfortable, but now. You did not walk through the fire of transformation just to stand still. You were not entrusted with vision, insight, and divine strength to keep them hidden inside you. You are here to rise. You are here to act. You are here to remember who you truly are, and to use your sacred gifts to ignite the light in others. So type 777 in the comments right now, not just as a number, but as a declaration. Let the universe hear your soul speak. I am ready. I am chosen. I am rising. And now, go. Shine without fear. Move without hesitation. Speak without apology. Use your power. Fulfill your purpose. Awaken the world. Because, chosen one, the world has been waiting for you. Chosen one, you did not find this message by chance. You were meant to be here, at this exact moment hearing these words. The universe, the divine, and the forces beyond the veil have aligned to bring you to this revelation. Tonight marks the beginning of something profound, an event that has been foretold for centuries, hidden in ancient texts, whispered in sacred prophecies, and now unfolding in real time. The 144,000 chosen ones are gathering not in the physical world but in the higher realms, where energy, destiny, and divine purpose intersect. Do you feel it? That deep stirring within your soul? That undeniable sensation that something powerful is shifting in the unseen world? The veil between dimensions is thinner than ever before. Those attuned to the spiritual realm will feel an unmistakable energy coursing through them. Some will experience prophetic dreams, divine messages, or a profound sense of unity with something greater than themselves. This is the moment of activation. If you have ever questioned your purpose, if you have ever felt different, if you have ever sensed that you were meant for something greater, this is your confirmation. You are part of this. You are one of the 144,000. For generations, the prophecy of the 144,000 has echoed through time, woven into ancient texts, sacred teachings, and mystical revelations. It is not a forgotten myth nor a distant legend, but a divine code, a calling written into the very fabric of existence. This prophecy speaks of a hidden force, a sacred army of light destined to rise when the world reaches its darkest hour. Their purpose is not conquest nor destruction, but awakening, a great unveiling of truth that will shatter the illusions that have bound humanity for ages. Throughout history, many have encountered this number in religious scriptures and esoteric teachings, yet few have grasped its true significance. Some believe it represents a literal group of souls, predetermined from the beginning of time. Others see it as a symbolic force, a vast collective consciousness awakening to its divine purpose. But the truth runs deeper than mere numbers or abstract interpretations. The 144,000 are not just a statistic, they are a movement, a force of transformation, a beacon of divine energy radiating across the spiritual realms. Unlike the rulers of this world, they are not chosen based on material wealth, social status, or earthly power. They are not recognized by crowns, titles, or possessions. Instead, they are marked by the strength of their spirit, the purity of their mission, and their unshakable connection to the divine. They are the ones who have endured lifetimes of trials, facing adversity, rejection, and solitude, only to emerge stronger, wiser, and more resolute. Every hardship they have faced was not a punishment, but a preparation. Their souls have been forged in the fires of experience, their wisdom carved from the depths of struggle. If you have felt a deep sense of purpose beyond the mundane, if you have always sensed that you were different, if you have carried within you an unshakable knowing that you were meant for something greater, this is your confirmation. You are not here to blend in with the many. You are here to lead. The world is asleep, ensnared in illusions carefully woven to suppress the truth, and the time has come for the chosen to rise. The moment of awakening is now. The 144,000 are stepping into their divine mission, and if these words resonate within your soul, it is because you are one of them. The prophecy is unfolding, and you are an essential part of it. From the moment you took your first breath in this world, you knew you were different. There was something within you, an awareness, a knowing, that set you apart from those around you. While others moved through life unquestioning, accepting the world as it was presented to them, you saw beyond the surface. You sensed things before they happened, felt energies others ignored, and recognized the illusions that kept people trapped in a false reality. Even as a child, you may have felt like an outsider, as though you were walking through life with a purpose you could not yet fully comprehend. Your journey has not been an easy one. Throughout your life, you may have experienced moments of deep isolation, times when you felt disconnected from the world around you, as if searching for something you could not name. You have faced struggles that tested your spirit, battles that pushed you to the brink, and challenges that seemed insurmountable. But none of it was without reason. Every hardship, every pain, every moment of doubt was part of a greater preparation. The fire you walked through was not meant to destroy you. It was meant to refine you, to awaken the power within you, and to shape you into the being you were always meant to become. You were never meant to conform to the patterns of this world. You were never meant to follow the path of the many. The unease you have felt, the questions that have burned in your mind, the pull towards something greater, these were not coincidences. They were signs, reminders of your true nature, clues leading you to this very moment. And now, that moment has arrived. Tonight, the next stage of your awakening begins. The 144,000 are being activated. And if you are reading this, you are part of that divine calling. The energy is shifting. The veil between worlds is thinning, and those who are ready will feel it in their very core. This is the time for the chosen to rise, to embrace their mission, and to step fully into the light of their destiny. You were never meant to stay in the shadows. You were meant to shine. And now, the world is waiting. This world is not what it appears to be. Beyond the veil of ordinary life, beneath the illusions of daily existence, an ancient battle has been raging since the dawn of time. It is not a war fought with swords, guns, or earthly weapons, nor is it confined to physical battlefields. It is a war for the very soul of humanity, a relentless struggle between light and darkness, truth and deception, freedom and enslavement. The forces of darkness have worked tirelessly to keep humanity blind, lost, and disconnected from its divine essence. They have woven a web of distractions, manipulated reality through false narratives, and shrouded the minds of millions in spiritual blindness. Every system designed to dull intuition, suppress independent thought, and breed conformity is part of this war. The world is filled with noise, chaos, and carefully crafted illusions to keep people asleep, to prevent them from realizing their true power. And yet, despite their efforts, the light cannot be extinguished. The darkness fears the light, for it knows that once the truth is revealed, its hold will weaken. That is why those who carry the divine spark, the 144,000, have faced such immense trials. Have you ever wondered why your life has been filled with struggle, why you have endured betrayals, rejection, and obstacles that others seem to escape? It is because the darkness recognized you long before you recognized yourself. It saw the power within you, the potential for awakening, and sought to break you before you could rise. But it has failed. Despite every hardship, every attack, every attempt to silence you, you are still here. And tonight, as the 144,000 unite, the forces of darkness will tremble. The time of their control is coming to an end. The energy is shifting, and those who are ready to embrace their divine calling will feel it deep within their souls. This is the moment of reckoning, the turning point in the spiritual war. The awakening of the chosen is not just a possibility, it is an unstoppable force, and as the light rises, the grip of darkness will crumble. Tonight is unlike any other night. Beneath the surface of ordinary existence, beyond the limits of human perception, something profound is unfolding in the spiritual realm. This is not a moment bound by time or geography. It is a convergence of souls, a sacred alignment where the chosen ones are drawn together through an unseen force that transcends the physical world. Though separated by distance, they are united in energy, in purpose, in divine resonance. As this gathering takes place, the veil between worlds will thin, and those attuned to the shift will experience its effects in ways both subtle and undeniable. Some will feel an overwhelming sense of peace, as if a heavy burden they have carried for lifetimes is suddenly lifted. Others will be struck by a surge of energy, an electrifying pulse moving through their being, awakening dormant aspects of their soul. Prophetic dreams may come, visions of what is to unfold, flashes of divine insight revealing knowledge long hidden from the conscious mind. Some will see patterns of light, symbols not meant for the eyes but for the soul to understand. For many, the most powerful sensation will be an unshakable sense of unity. The loneliness, the isolation that has accompanied their journey will fade into the realization that they have never truly been alone. They are part of something vast, something eternal, something far greater than they ever imagined. And in that moment of recognition, fear and doubt will dissolve, replaced by a deep knowing, a certainty that they are exactly where they need to be, stepping fully into their divine purpose. This is not a night of chaos or confusion. It is a night of alignment, of divine order, of prophecy unfolding before our very eyes. The forces of darkness have worked tirelessly to prevent this awakening, to keep the chosen ones disconnected, distracted, and doubting their own power. But tonight, their efforts will fail. The 144,000 are rising, and the shift they bring will send ripples through every plane of existence. This is the moment the darkness has feared, and it is only the beginning. The time has come. The sacred alignment is unfolding, and the spiritual realm is calling you to step fully into your divine purpose. But to receive the energy of this transformation, you must be prepared. You cannot enter this moment carrying the weight of distractions, doubt, or fear. Your mind must be clear, your spirit open, and your heart ready to embrace what is coming. Begin by cleansing your energy. The world is filled with heavy frequencies, fear, anger, and doubt that cloud the mind and weaken the soul. These energies are designed to keep you disconnected from your higher self. Release them. Let go of anything that no longer serves you. Take a deep breath, center yourself, and allow the light to fill every part of your being. Meditation, prayer, or even quiet reflection will help realign you with the divine flow. Next, disconnect from distractions. The noise of the world, the endless chaos, the demands, the illusions are meant to keep you asleep. But tonight, silence is your ally. Turn off external distractions. Step away from anything that pulls you from your inner truth. Find stillness. The spiritual realm is speaking, and only those who are truly listening will hear its call. As you prepare, ground yourself in truth. The forces of darkness will try to shake your faith, whispering confusion and doubt into your mind. They want you to question your worth, to wonder if you are truly meant for this mission. But understand this: you would not feel the call if you were not chosen. This alignment is not accidental. It has been orchestrated since before time, and you are exactly where you are meant to be. Stand firm in knowing. Raise your frequency. Fear, negativity, and doubt will lower your vibration and block the divine energy trying to reach you. Do not allow darkness to take root. Protect your energy, surround yourself with light, and elevate your consciousness. The higher your vibration, the more deeply you will connect with the awakening taking place. Speak it into existence. Write it down. Set a clear intention. I am ready. I step fully into my divine mission. I embrace my purpose without fear. Words have power, and when spoken with conviction, they shape reality. The moment is here. The alignment is happening. You must step forward with confidence, for this is the night that will change everything. Tonight is not the conclusion of your journey. It is the beginning of something far greater. The alignment you have stepped into will shift everything. awakening a power within you that has long been waiting to rise. From this moment forward, you will no longer see the world as you once did. The illusions that once clouded your vision will dissolve, revealing truth with a clarity you have never known before. A deeper sense of purpose will settle within you, guiding your every step with unwavering certainty. But with this awakening comes responsibility. Your mission is not to force change upon others, but to embody the light so powerfully that those who are ready will awaken simply by witnessing your truth. You are a guide, a beacon in a world that has long been shrouded in darkness. Your existence alone, the way you carry yourself, the strength of your spirit, will be enough to stir something within those who are seeking. You do not need to convince, debate, or demand. Your presence will do the work. Yet, be prepared, the forces that have worked to keep humanity blind will not surrender easily. Now that you have stepped into your power, the forces of deception will try harder than ever to silence you. They will seek to cast doubt upon your path, to pull you back into the illusions you have only just escaped. The world will not understand you. It never has, and it never will. But that is not your burden to carry. You were not sent here to be understood. You were sent to fulfill a prophecy. The distractions, the resistance, the attempts to suppress your light, none of it matters. What matters is that you continue to rise, to stand firm in your truth, and to walk forward with unwavering faith. The awakening is accelerating, and the time for hesitation is over. You are here for a reason. You were chosen for this moment. The world will never be the same after tonight. The spiritual realm has shifted. The energy of the 144,000 has begun to dismantle the illusion. The darkness is losing its grip. But the war is not over. The enemy will resist, but it will fail. You must stand firm. You must hold your light. You must walk in your power. The time for hesitation has long passed. You were sent here for this exact moment. And now, the world needs you. Tonight, you rise. If you feel this message in your soul, acknowledge it. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, and comment 777 below to affirm your alignment. Let the spiritual realm witness your awakening. This is your moment. This is your mission. This is your destiny. And nothing will ever be the same again. You are chosen. Now act like it. Listen closely, chosen one. This moment is not a coincidence. If you are here, if you are reading these words, understand this. You have been called. The universe does not make mistakes. You were not meant to live a life of mediocrity, drifting aimlessly, waiting for permission to rise. No, you were born for greatness. The time for waiting is over. The time for stepping into your power is now. The world may have doubted you. They may have overlooked you. But soon, they will see. They will recognize the force that you are, the leader, the visionary, the unstoppable force of nature. They will call upon you. They will need your wisdom, your strength, your presence. And when they do, you must answer like royalty. Stand tall. Speak with conviction. Carry yourself with the grace and confidence of a king, a queen, a sovereign force that cannot be ignored. The world does not favor the weak-hearted. It bends to the will of those who know their worth. So embrace your role, answer with power, and let them witness the rise of the chosen one. But before we go deeper into this truth, take a moment. Acknowledge this call. If you feel it within you, if something inside is awakening, let it be known. This is your time to step forward. This is your time to claim your destiny. Now, let's begin. 1. Recognizing your power. The truth of being chosen. There is a force within you, a quiet but undeniable energy that has always set you apart. It is not a coincidence that you feel a deep longing for something greater, an unshakable sense that you are meant for more than an ordinary existence. That feeling is not a fleeting thought or wishful thinking. It is destiny calling you. guiding you toward the path that has been designed for you since the beginning. From the earliest moments of your journey, challenges have arisen, not to break you, but to shape you. Every hardship, every moment of doubt, and every painful setback has served a higher purpose. The world may have tried to convince you that these struggles were mere obstacles, but in reality, they were tests refining you, strengthening you, and preparing you for the role you are destined to fulfill. What you have endured is not meaningless suffering. It is the fire through which you have been forged into something extraordinary. The universe has been speaking to you all along, aligning circumstances, placing key individuals in your path, and opening doors you never imagined. These events are not random. The synchronicities, the moments of unexplainable alignment, and the intuitive nudges pushing you in a particular direction are clear signals. They are guiding lights, reminding you that you are not walking this path alone. The world is preparing itself for your greatness, and now is the time for you to see yourself as you truly are: powerful, capable, and ready. Yet despite these signs, doubt may creep in. The voices of others, the weight of past failures, and the fear of stepping into the unknown may hold you back. But doubt is merely a shadow. It only has power if you give it permission to linger. You were not made to question your worth. You were not placed here to shrink yourself for the comfort of others. Every ounce of strength, wisdom, and resilience you need is already within you. It is not about waiting for the right moment or external validation. It is about choosing in this very instant to believe in yourself as fiercely as the universe believes in you. This is not the time to hesitate. This is not the time to stand in the background waiting for permission to rise. You have been called not by accident, but by divine design. The journey ahead is not for the faint-hearted, but you are more than ready. You have been chosen, and now it is your responsibility to answer the call. 2. Stay ready. Your moment is coming true. Greatness is never the result of chance. It is not something that simply appears, nor is it handed out freely to those who wait. It is built through persistence, cultivated through discipline, and earned through unwavering preparation. Every leader, every visionary, every person who has ever shaped the course of history did not stumble upon success. They prepared for it long before the world took notice. Right now, the universe is aligning circumstances in your favor, orchestrating events that will soon propel you into the position you were born to fill. The opportunities you have been waiting for are approaching faster than you realize, and when they arrive, hesitation will not serve you. The question is not whether your moment will come, it is whether you will be ready when it does. Soon those who once overlooked you will begin to recognize your value. They will seek your wisdom, your strength, your guidance. They will turn to you for leadership in times of uncertainty, drawn not only to your knowledge but to the unshakable presence you embody. This is not the time to retreat into complacency. It is not the time to wait passively for recognition. This is the time to sharpen your mind, refine your skills, fortify your spirit, and strengthen your body. The weight of responsibility is not given to the unprepared. It rests upon those who have made themselves ready, who have disciplined themselves to withstand pressure, and who have embraced the challenges that forge true resilience. When the world calls upon you, you must rise with confidence, not as someone uncertain of their worth, but as one who has spent every moment preparing for this very purpose. You must be ready to lead with clarity, to inspire with conviction, and to stand firm, unshaken by adversity. Your readiness is not just an advantage, it is your greatest weapon. Your confidence built through preparation will be your armor. Your relentless determination will be your sword. And when the moment arrives, you will not need to convince anyone of your place. You will show them. Do not wait for validation. Do not wait for permission. Step forward, claim your power, and command your destiny. 3. Confidence. The magnetism of power confidence is more than an emotion. It is a force that reshapes the world around you. It is an energy so powerful that it cannot be ignored. When you carry yourself with certainty, people take notice. When you speak with authority, they listen. It is not always the loudest voice in the room that commands attention, but the one that speaks with conviction, with unwavering belief in their own worth. This is why others will be drawn to you, not just for the knowledge you possess, but for the certainty with which you embody it. The world does not follow those who second-guess themselves. It follows those who stand firm in their truth, who walk with purpose, and who radiate an unshakable belief in who they are. Confidence does not seek validation. It asserts itself. It does not beg for attention. It commands respect. It does not chase opportunities. It attracts them effortlessly. A confident person does not react to life. They lead it. They do not hesitate or shrink in the face of uncertainty. They do not allow the opinions of others to dictate their path. Instead, they step forward with boldness, knowing that their worth is not defined by external validation, but by their own unwavering belief in themselves. Let the world feel the power in every word you speak. Let them sense the strength in every step you take. Do not dilute your presence to accommodate the insecurities of others. Do not hold back in fear of making others uncomfortable. Your power was not meant to be hidden. It was meant to be seen, felt, and respected. When you fully own your worth, something extraordinary happens. The world has no choice but to acknowledge it. You no longer have to convince anyone of your value because your presence alone speaks for itself. Confidence is not arrogance. It is the deep-rooted knowledge that you are enough, that you are capable, and that you belong exactly where you stand. So stand tall, own your space, speak with certainty, and watch as the world moves in response to the undeniable force that is you. 4. Mastering presence. The power of your energy. There is something about you that cannot be ignored. An unspoken force, a quiet intensity, a presence that commands attention the moment you enter a room. It is not arrogance, nor is it ego. It is power, the kind that does not need to be announced because it is simply felt. Long before you speak, your energy has already introduced you. It radiates confidence, authority, and an undeniable presence. The way you carry yourself, the way you move, the way you meet the gaze of those around you, all of it speaks volumes without a single word. And in a world where most seek approval, where many shrink themselves to fit in, you stand firm in your greatness, unapologetic and unwavering. The truth is, success is not something that comes to those who chase it desperately. It does not bow to those who beg for validation. Instead, success follows those who own their presence, those who walk with certainty, those who refuse to play small. Stop running toward success. Let it come to you. Let your energy speak so loudly that opportunities have no choice but to align with you. Make no mistake, many will underestimate you. They will doubt you, question your abilities, and dismiss your potential. But that is only because they cannot yet see what you already know deep inside. You are unstoppable. And when the time comes, when your strength is revealed, when they finally see you rise, they will regret ever having doubted you. But their perception of you does not define your power. Their opinions do not dictate your worth. Your strength is not measured by how they see you. It is measured by how you see yourself. The moment you embrace your energy fully, without apology, is the moment the world will have no choice but to take notice. So stand tall, walk with purpose, and let your presence speak for itself. 5. Leadership. The role of the chosen one. Leadership is not about wielding power. It is about making an impact. It is about influence, the ability to inspire, and the courage to step forward when others hesitate. True leaders do not wait for permission. They do not seek validation before they rise. Instead, they recognize that leadership is not something granted by others. It is something claimed from within. The world does not need another passive observer, another person waiting to be chosen. It needs someone who is willing to step up, someone who refuses to remain silent in the face of uncertainty, someone who leads with conviction. Leadership is not about seeking a title or waiting for authority to be bestowed upon you. You are the authority. You are the leader. The moment you realize this, everything changes. A true leader does not hesitate. They do not shrink themselves to fit expectations. They walk with purpose, guided by a vision so powerful that others cannot help but be drawn to it. Their fire is undeniable, their passion unshakable, and their actions inspire those around them to rise as well. Leadership is not about commanding people. It is about embodying the kind of strength, wisdom, and integrity that naturally earns respect. Stop waiting to be recognized. Stop waiting for someone to grant you permission to lead. Step into your power. Speak with clarity. Move with purpose. Act with unwavering determination. The world is watching, waiting for someone bold enough to lead. This is your time. Step into it with confidence, knowing that the greatest leaders are not those who seek approval, but those who command respect simply by being who they are meant to be. 6. Overcoming fear. Embracing the unknown. Fear is not the enemy. It is not a sign of weakness, nor is it something to be avoided. Fear exists for a reason. It is there to challenge you, to push you, and to make you stronger. It is not meant to paralyze you, but to awaken something deeper within you. Courage. Every time you step beyond the limits of your comfort zone, you expand. Every time you face your fears instead of running from them, you evolve. Growth does not happen in moments of certainty. It happens in the unknown, in the spaces where fear whispers that you are not ready, not capable, not strong enough. But that voice is a lie. You are more powerful than your fear, and the moment you stop allowing it to control you, you become unstoppable. Fear is not an obstacle. It is a signal. It points toward the very things you must confront to reach your highest potential. It is the fire that refines you, the force that strengthens your resolve. The question is not whether fear will arise, it always will. The question is how you will respond. Will you shrink back, or will you step forward? Will you let it dictate your actions, or will you use it as fuel to propel you forward? Do not let fear silence your dreams. Harness it. Use it. Let it ignite the fire within you. Fear only has power if you surrender to it. But when you face it head-on, when you push through despite the trembling hands and the racing heart, you transform. You break past the barriers that once held you back, and in doing so, you unlock a version of yourself that is stronger, wiser, and fearless. The greatest transformations do not happen in moments of comfort. They happen when you rise despite fear, when you step into the unknown with unwavering determination. Fear is not meant to stop you. It is meant to remind you that you are on the verge of something great. So step forward, walk boldly, and watch as you become everything you were always meant to be. Your past is not a life sentence. It is not a chain that binds you, nor a weight that you are destined to carry forever. The mistakes you have made, the failures you have experienced, and the moments of doubt you have faced do not define you. They are merely chapters in your story, not the conclusion. Too many people allow their past to imprison them. They replay their regrets, relieve their pain, and let their setbacks dictate their future. But you are different. You do not let the past control you. You do not allow old wounds to keep you from stepping into your power. You understand that everything, every hardship, every loss, every heartbreak has been preparing you for this moment. Your past is not your prison. It is your foundation. Every experience, whether painful or triumphant, has shaped the person you are today. Every lesson learned has strengthened your character, refined your resilience, and given you the wisdom to move forward with purpose. The things that once seemed like obstacles were actually stepping stones, guiding you toward your true destiny. Now is the time to take ownership of your journey. Do not hide from it. Do not let shame or regret keep you silent. Your story is not something to be concealed. It is something to be embraced. Stand tall in who you are and all that you have overcome. Let the world hear you declare with unwavering confidence, I am here, I am unstoppable, and I am just getting started. Because the truth is, you are not defined by what has happened to you. You are defined by how you rise. And right now, in this very moment, you have the power to reclaim your narrative, to to rewrite your future, and to step fully into the person you were always meant to be. Own it. No more hesitation. No more waiting. You have everything you need to rise. The universe has aligned for you. The path is clear. The moment is now. Step forward. Take your place. Command your destiny. You are the chosen one. Now, answer like royalty. If these words have awakened something inside you, act on it. Step into your purpose. Embrace your power. The world is waiting to see you rise. Make them remember your name. Thank you for being here, chosen one. If this video has ignited something within you, don't let it fade. Embrace your power. Like this video, subscribe, and join our journey to greatness. The world is watching to make them remember your name. Imagine waking up one day to realize that everything you've ever endured, every hardship, every tear, every lonely moment, has been preparing you for this very moment. It's not just another day on the calendar, it's the day your life changes forever. A day that has been written in the stars, foretold by the ancient prophets, and woven into the very fabric of your being. That day is March 31st. This day is not just an ordinary date. It is a divine threshold, a cosmic event that will either propel you into your destiny or leave you trapped in the same cycles of doubt and uncertainty. The veil between heaven and earth is growing thinner, and the divine energies of the universe are stirring. Can you feel it? That restlessness deep within you, that unexplainable knowing that something monumental is about to unfold? The world has tried to silence you, doubt you, reject you, but March 31st is the day the world will see the truth. The day your enemies, those who mocked and abandoned you, will witness your supernatural elevation. When God's hand moves, nothing can stand in its way. If you are feeling this message in your spirit right now, let's subscribe and comment 777 to know this. You have been called for such a time as this. The journey of the chosen ones is rarely an easy one. In fact, it is often marked by struggles, rejection, and battles that may seem impossible to understand, even by those closest to you. If you have ever found yourself feeling alone, misunderstood, or as though the weight of the world is against you, you are not alone. Throughout history, the chosen ones have walked a path that the world often cannot comprehend. This path is not paved with comfort or ease, but with moments of hardship and isolation. From the time of Moses, who was raised in exile and called to lead a nation from slavery, to David, who was overlooked by his own family and forced to fight battles no one expected him to win, the stories of God's chosen vessels throughout the Bible have one common theme. The road to greatness is not an easy one, but within this journey of struggle lies divine purpose. The chosen ones have been called not in spite of their struggles, but because of them. Each trial, each setback, and each moment of rejection has been part of a greater divine plan. The pain, isolation, and loss that you may have experienced were never meant to break you. They were the very things that were shaping you, preparing you for the divine appointments that are about to unfold in your life. In the wilderness, where you may have felt abandoned or overlooked, God was quietly working in the background, molding you into the person you needed to become. The trials that seemed unbearable were actually the tools God was using to refine you, to strengthen your faith, and to prepare you for what was to come. The path of the chosen ones is often one of loneliness, like Moses, who spent years in exile before returning to lead the Israelites, or David, who was anointed as king but spent years in the wilderness fleeing from Saul. You too may have found yourself in seasons of loneliness and isolation. These seasons were not signs of abandonment, nor were they a reflection of your worth or value. They were simply the preparation God was using to get you ready for your appointed time. The Bible makes it clear that God's chosen ones are often called to a higher purpose, but this higher purpose comes at a cost. The path to greatness is never smooth, but it is always purposeful. The chosen ones are not those who are born into comfort or ease. Rather, they are those who have faced trials and have come out stronger on the other side. Think about Esther, who was not chosen by chance, but was divinely positioned for such a time as this. Esther's journey began in a season of exile and hardship, yet God orchestrated every detail of her life to position her for the pivotal moment when she would save her people from destruction. Esther's beauty and favor were not just a result of her appearance, they were the tools God used to position her in the palace, where she would have the opportunity to stand in the gap for her nation. Her calling was not an accident. She was prepared through trials, through moments of uncertainty, and through seasons of waiting. Just as Esther was placed for her purpose, you too have been positioned for such a time as this. Your life has not been a series of random events. It has been a divinely orchestrated journey, leading you to this very moment. If you look closely at your life, you will see that it is marked with moments of divine intervention, moments when you were guided toward people, places, and opportunities that you could never have anticipated. These are the divine appointments that God has set in motion for you long before you were born. Whether it was a chance encounter with someone who changed your life, a dream that led you down a new path, or a sudden moment of clarity that unlocked the answers to questions you've been asking for years. These divine encounters are not coincidences. They are signs that you are walking the path that God has planned for you. Just like Esther, who stepped into her calling at just the right time, so too will you step into the purpose God has written for you. It's time for the chosen ones to rise, to walk into their destiny, and to fulfill the divine calling that has been upon their lives since the beginning of time. The trials you faced were never meant to defeat you. They were meant to prepare you. Your losses, your moments of grief, your seasons of waiting, all of these have been part of the divine shaping process. God has been preparing you to carry out the work that He has called you to do. You may have asked why things didn't happen the way you expected, or why your journey has been marked with so many difficulties. But understand this: it is not the absence of struggle that prepares you. It is the way you rise through it. Each obstacle, each challenge, has been God's way of refining you, strengthening you, and making you ready for the purpose that lies ahead. In the Bible, we see time and time again that the greatest leaders, the most powerful vessels of God's work, were not chosen because of their comfort, but because of their perseverance through trials. Consider Joseph, who, before ever standing before Pharaoh, was thrown into a pit by his brothers, sold into slavery, and imprisoned for years. His dreams of greatness seemed to be cruel jokes, mocked by the very people who should have supported him. Yet all of his suffering was part of the process that prepared him to become the second in command in Egypt, where he would save his family and his nation from famine. Joseph was refined through hardship, and his calling was fulfilled because he chose to rise above his circumstances and trust in God's plan for his life. Like Joseph, you may have endured seasons of hardship, betrayal, and pain, but these experiences have not been for nothing. They have been the furnace in which your purpose has been forged. The wilderness is not meant to break you, it is meant to build you. Like gold that is refined in the fire, your character has been shaped and purified by the trials you've faced. Your perseverance through these challenges has made you ready to rise and walk into the calling that God has for you. The path of the chosen ones is one of endurance. It is not about avoiding hardship, but about trusting that through every trial, God is with you, refining you, and preparing you for the work ahead. The time has come for the chosen ones to rise. Your divine purpose has been set in motion. The experiences you have lived, the pain you have endured, and the moments of doubt you have faced have all led you to this moment in time. It is time to step into the divine calling that has always been yours. You are not meant to fit in with the ordinary. You are called to stand out, to be a light in the darkness, to bring solutions to the world's greatest problems, and to lead others to the truth of God's love and power. So, if you have felt abandoned, isolated, or rejected, remember this: your trials are not the end of your story. They are the preparation for your greatest breakthrough. Your calling is not on hold. It is being prepared. And it is time for you to rise and step into your divine purpose. The path of the chosen ones is one of struggle, yes, but it is also one of glory, of purpose, and of ultimate victory. It is time to walk boldly into the destiny that has been written for you from the very beginning. As the date of March 31st draws near, something extraordinary is beginning to unfold, one that will reverberate throughout the lives of those who are spiritually awake. For many, March 31st will seem like just another day on the calendar, another fleeting moment in the endless march of time. Yet for the chosen ones, those whose hearts have been attuned to the whispers of heaven, March 31st marks something far more significant. It is not just a simple day. It is a divine moment, a cosmic alignment that will change the course of their lives forever. On this day, heaven and earth will converge in a way that has been divinely orchestrated long before the beginning of time. It is a day when the spiritual realms will be in perfect alignment with the physical world, creating a moment of profound opportunity for those who are ready to embrace it. Those who have walked through seasons of struggle, confusion, and isolation will find that the doors that have remained locked for years will suddenly swing wide open. Promises that have laid dormant, forgotten in the depths of your soul, will come alive with unprecedented clarity and purpose. What once seemed like an impossible dream will transform into a tangible reality, and long-awaited blessings will begin to pour into your life. Divine connections, those relationships and appointments that were preordained before you were born, will manifest at exactly the right time. It will feel as though the universe itself has aligned to bring you the opportunities and breakthroughs you need to step into the calling you were always destined to fulfill. However, despite the incredible blessings and revelations that are set to unfold on March 31st, there is one crucial factor that will determine whether or not you are able to fully experience this divine moment. That factor is preparation. The key to unlocking the full potential of this divine appointment lies in how ready you are to receive it. For many, the arrival of March 31st will be a moment of spiritual separation, a defining line between those who are spiritually awake and those who remain trapped in darkness, oblivious to the sacred opportunity right in front of them. Will you be among those who recognize the significance of this day and step boldly into your divine destiny? Or will you remain spiritually asleep, missing the extraordinary moment that God has set before you? The choice is yours. This day will act as a test, a challenge to the readiness of your heart and spirit. It will be a line drawn in the sand that will separate the prepared from the unprepared. For those who have been spiritually diligent, those who have cultivated a heart of obedience and discernment, March 31st will bring a supernatural acceleration in their lives. You will experience breakthroughs, revelations, and an awakening that will propel you into the next phase of your divine journey. But for those who have neglected their spiritual preparation, who have allowed the distractions and noise of the world to cloud their vision, March 31st may pass by unnoticed. It may be just another day, another ordinary moment in the stream of time. But for the chosen ones, the ones who have been watching, waiting, and listening for the call of God, this date will mark the beginning of a new season of favor, purpose, and divine fulfillment. The signs that this moment is approaching are already here. If you have been paying attention, you may have noticed certain patterns appearing in your life, repeated numbers, strange synchronicities, vivid dreams, or moments of sudden clarity that seem to come from nowhere. These are not coincidences. These are God's whispers, gently guiding you toward the breakthrough that is about to unfold. They are divine signals, preparing you for what is coming, preparing you for the day when heaven touches earth in a way that will change your destiny. These signs are not random. They are pieces of a divine puzzle, leading you toward your moment of activation. Numbers like 111, 333, 555, and 777 may appear frequently in your life, and you may wonder what they mean. These are not just numbers, they are divine markers, each one holding a specific meaning and significance. They are reminders that the universe is aligning to bring you into your divine purpose. When you see these numbers, understand that God is speaking to you. He is telling you that something monumental is about to happen. He is opening the doors that have long been shut, and He is preparing you to step into the destiny that you were always meant to fulfill. These signs, whether they appear in the form of numbers, dreams, or encounters with people, are the way God communicates with those who are spiritually sensitive. They are His way of confirming that you are on the right path, that the time for your breakthrough is drawing near. And yet, even with these divine signs, the real question remains: will you be ready? The world is full of distractions, and it is easy to become so absorbed in the busyness of life that we miss the divine moments that God is setting before us. But God is calling you to wake up, to rise above the distractions of the world, and to see the truth that is unfolding around you. He is calling you to align yourself with His will, to tune out the noise, and to listen for His voice. March 31st will not be an ordinary day, but the key to experiencing its power lies in your ability to perceive the significance of the moment. The spiritual atmosphere is shifting, and those who are spiritually awake will feel it. You may have already begun to notice that your energy is changing. You may feel an increasing sense of urgency in your spirit, a growing awareness that something significant is approaching. This is not anxiety, it is divine anticipation. Your spirit recognizes that the veil between the physical and spiritual realms is thinning, and the time for your breakthrough is drawing near. But you must be prepared. You must position yourself to receive the abundant blessings and opportunities that are about to manifest. This means making time to tune in to the whispers of God, to spend time in prayer and meditation, to open your heart to His guidance. It means being intentional with your time, your energy, and your focus. When you are spiritually prepared, you will recognize the significance of March 31st as it arrives, and you will be ready to step into your divine calling without hesitation. Heaven is waiting for your response. The universe is aligning to bring you exactly what you need to fulfill your divine purpose. But God will not force His will upon you. He will not force you to step into your destiny. You must choose to respond. You must choose to rise above the distractions, to awaken your spirit, and to take action. March 31st is a moment of divine opportunity, but only those who are prepared will fully experience its power. Heaven is waiting for you to step forward, to claim your divine appointment, and to embrace the transformation that is coming. Will you be ready when the moment arrives? The time for hesitation is over. The time to step into your divine destiny is now. March 31st is a day like no other. It is a divine invitation, a moment that has been planned long before you were born. The question is, will you recognize it for what it is? Will you open your heart to the divine timing that is unfolding? Will you step boldly into your calling and take hold of the breakthrough that God has prepared for you? The signs are here, the opportunity is before you, and the time to act is now. Heaven is waiting for you to take that step. It is time to embrace your calling and walk boldly into the purpose that God has designed for you from the foundation of the world. As you stand on the threshold of this new season, remember, the enemy will try to distract you, to make you doubt, to make you feel unworthy. But you were chosen before time began, and March 31st is the moment when you will rise, unshaken, into the fullness of your destiny. This is your divine awakening, your moment of transformation. The time to act is now. Step forward, for the kingdom of heaven is waiting for you. If you are watching this video, understand that it is by divine design. You did not stumble upon this message by accident. God led you here because something powerful is about to unfold in your life. The delay is over. The barriers are breaking, and the promises that seemed distant are now within your reach. For too long, you have watched others rise while you remained in the shadows. You have endured the pain of waiting, the burden of expectations unfulfilled, and the weight of dreams deferred. You have prayed, you have sacrificed, you have fought battles in silence. But hear this clearly, your season of waiting is over. Every closed door, every missed opportunity, every setback was not a rejection but a preparation. God was refining you, strengthening you, and positioning you for something greater than you ever imagined. And now, the time has come. This is more than just a financial breakthrough. This is about divine timing, supernatural acceleration, and stepping into the fullness of your destiny, the destiny written for you before you even took your first breath. The enemy tried to hold you back. Circumstances tried to break you. But you endured. You remained faithful even when everything around you told you to quit. And because of that faithfulness, God is about to reward you in ways that will leave those around you speechless. But before we go any further, take a moment to activate this shift in your life. Like this message, comment 11 as a declaration of alignment with divine timing, and subscribe to ensure you never miss what God is about to do in your life. The universe, the divine, and every force working on your behalf are now moving at full speed. If you ever believed the struggle would last forever, if you ever questioned whether your prayers were heard, listen carefully. Your breakthrough is closer than you think. God has not forgotten you. He has seen the silent tears you cried when no one was watching. He has heard the prayers you whispered in the dark, the ones you weren't even sure reached heaven. He has felt the weight of your struggles, the exhaustion in your spirit, and the moments when you gave, even when you had nothing left. He witnessed the nights you pressed forward despite your weariness, the days when everything inside of you screamed to quit, yet you chose to hold on. Every battle you fought in silence, every moment of pain, and every season of waiting were not in vain. They were not meant to break you, but to prepare you. Your faith has been tested, your endurance refined, and your spirit strengthened. What once seemed like endless delays were actually moments of divine alignment, positioning you for a victory that will be undeniable. And now, the time has come for you to reap what you have sown. The disappointments, the setbacks, the hardships, they are no longer your story. You are stepping into a new reality. The old version of you, the one who doubted, the one who struggled, the one who felt unworthy, no longer exists. That person is gone. You are rising. You are stepping into a life where abundance is your portion, where lack is no longer your story, and where God's divine favor follows you in everything you do. This is your season. This is your moment. And nothing, no force in this world, can stop what God has set in motion. Walk forward in faith, with confidence and boldness, knowing that everything is aligning for your highest good. The very things you once prayed for are now manifesting. What once felt impossible is now within reach. Get ready, because this is just the beginning of something greater than you ever imagined. You have endured the hardships, the doubts, and the setbacks, but hear this. Every challenge was a refining fire, molding you into the person you were always meant to be. Nothing you have gone through was wasted. Every tear, every moment of uncertainty, every painful waiting season, it all had a purpose. Your pain was not in vain. It was preparation. Your waiting was not wasted. It was alignment. And now, God is about to pour blessings into your life in ways you never expected. Doors that once seemed permanently closed will suddenly swing open. Opportunities will appear in places where you once saw only obstacles. The very people who doubted you, who ridiculed your faith, and who dismissed your potential will watch in amazement as you rise beyond their expectations. But this elevation is not about revenge. It is not about proving anyone wrong or seeking validation. This is about God's glory shining through you in a way that no one can ignore. When God blesses His chosen ones, He does it in a way that leaves no room for doubt, so that the world knows it was His hand that made it happen. And understand this: abundance is not just about wealth. It is about peace that cannot be shaken. It is about walking in your true purpose. It is about stepping boldly into the divine calling placed on your life before you even took your first breath. When you stop seeking approval from the world and start walking in full alignment with God's plan, that is when the floodgates of prosperity open. What you once chased will now chase you. What you once longed for will now be drawn to you effortlessly, because you are moving in divine alignment. So prepare yourself. The struggles that once defined your life are now part of your testimony. What once seemed impossible is now inevitable. Everything that has been working against you is now shifting in your favor. Everything that felt scattered is now aligning. Everything that appeared broken is now coming together in divine order. God is about to move in your life in a way that will leave you speechless. The season of waiting is over. The season of breakthroughs has begun. Get ready. You may have been overlooked, underestimated, and even betrayed, but understand this. Every bit of it was necessary for this moment. The people who dismissed you, the ones who doubted your potential and ridiculed your faith, will soon witness firsthand how God's favor works. But their recognition is not what you need, and their validation was never required. The only approval that matters is God's, and He has already chosen you. Your journey is not just about you. Your breakthrough is meant to inspire, to uplift, and to remind others that faith, perseverance, and divine alignment always lead to victory. Your testimony will bring hope to those who are still in their waiting season, proving that God is always faithful. So stand tall, chosen one. Everything that was meant to break you has only made you stronger. The struggle, the moments of just barely getting by, the nights of questioning if you would ever see the light, it is over. God is opening doors you never even knew existed. He is placing you in rooms you never thought you would enter. The things you once longed for, prayed for, and fought for are now within your grasp. This is not just another season. This is your season of overflow, abundance, and divine transformation. The enemy tried to trap you in a cycle of lack, doubt, and fear, but those chains are breaking. You are stepping into generational wealth, divine opportunities, and a future far greater than anything you imagined. But with this blessing comes a responsibility to be wise, discerning, and steadfast. Not everyone will be happy for you. Not everyone will celebrate your breakthrough. Some will question, why you? Some will wonder, why now? But their opinions hold no power over what God has ordained. Do not waste your time explaining yourself to those who will never understand. Do not look back at the people who tried to keep you small. They will watch from the sidelines as you step into your abundance. And when they ask how it happened, when they wonder why you, the answer will be simple. Because God said so. What is happening in your life right now is not just a one-time blessing. This is a continuous flow of divine favor. This is not temporary, not fleeting, not here today and gone tomorrow. This is overflow. You have been tested in the fire, refined through trials, and shaped by seasons of waiting where it seemed like everything was working against you. But through it all, God was preparing you, strengthening you, and molding you into the person who could carry the weight of the blessing that is now being released. Now, because you remained steadfast, because you refused to give up when giving up seemed like the only option, you are stepping into a life of abundance. What once seemed impossible is now your reality. The doors that were once shut are now wide open. The opportunities you never thought would come are now falling into place effortlessly. Everything that was delayed is now being delivered. But remember this wealth, this success, this breakthrough, it is not just for you. It is for a higher purpose. God is blessing you so that you can be a blessing. He is entrusting you with influence, resources, and opportunities, not for selfish gain, but so that you can impact lives, uplift others, and be a living testimony of His faithfulness. This is bigger than material wealth. This is legacy. This is kingdom work. This is destiny unfolding. Walk boldly into this new season, but walk with wisdom. Remain humble, remain grateful, and never forget that every good thing in your life is a gift from above. This is your time. Step into it with confidence, knowing that God has prepared you for this exact moment. He is giving you influence, resources, and opportunities, not for selfish gain, but so that you can be a beacon of His power and love. What is happening in your life is not just about personal success. It is about God's glory being revealed through you. When people see your elevation, they will know. This was not luck. This was not human effort. This was the hand of God. Everything you have endured, every challenge you have overcome, has led you to this exact moment. Get ready, chosen one. This is it. This is your moment. This is your breakthrough. This is the shift you have been waiting for. Everything that once worked against you is now aligning in your favor. The right people, the right opportunities, the right resources. All of it is coming together in divine order. The delays are over. The obstacles that once seemed impossible to move are now clearing before your eyes. What was once a dream is now a reality. One day, you will look back at this very moment and realize it was the turning point. The moment everything changed. The moment when the waiting ended, the doors opened, and the breakthrough you had been praying for finally arrived. You will remember this as the day you stepped into your divine destiny. So do not hesitate. Do not shrink back. Do not let fear or doubt hold you captive. You have not come this far just to stop now. Everything you have endured, every battle you have fought, and every tear you have shed has led you to this very moment. This is not just about material wealth. It is about legacy, purpose, and generational blessings. What God is doing through you will not stop with you. Your obedience, your faith, and your endurance are paving the way for those who will come after you. The chains of struggle, lack, and limitation that have bound your family for generations are breaking with you. God is not just blessing you for your own sake. He is using you to create a ripple effect of abundance that will flow for generations. What was once locked is now open. The barriers that once stood in your way are being removed. The very opportunities you thought were out of reach are now appearing before you. What once seemed distant is now within your grasp. The dreams you carried in your heart, the prayers you whispered in faith, the visions that felt too big, they are now becoming your reality. This is your time. Not tomorrow, not someday, right now. This is the season where divine alignment meets divine acceleration. Everything is shifting in your favor, and nothing can stop what God has set in motion. Step into it. Claim it. Own it. Walk boldly, with your head held high, knowing that you were made for this moment. God has positioned you for victory, and nothing will ever be the same again. The struggles of the past are behind you, and the abundance of the future is ahead. This is your season of victory. Walk into it with confidence, for you are chosen, you are favored, and your time has come. As you step into this new season, remember who you are and who has called you. You are not here by accident. God has chosen you, prepared you, and positioned you for such a time as this. The struggles, the waiting, the disappointments, they were all part of the process, shaping you into the person who can now walk boldly in abundance, purpose, and divine favor. So move forward with confidence and faith. Do not let fear hold you back. Do not allow doubt to rob you of what is already yours. This is your season, your moment, your divine breakthrough. And as you rise, may your testimony be a light to others, a reminder that God's promises are always fulfilled in His perfect timing. If this message has resonated with you, take a moment to activate this shift in your life. Like this video, comment, "I receive it," and subscribe so you never miss another word of encouragement. Your journey is just beginning, and we are here to walk it with you. Thank you for being part of this community. Your best days are ahead. Get ready, because what God has set in motion, nothing can stop. For centuries, you have walked this earth unaware of the whispers carried through time. The echoes of an ancient kingdom have been calling your name, seeking you not as men seek, but as prophecy foretells. Through visions, signs, and divine revelations passed down across generations, you were never forgotten. You were hidden. But now, the appointed time has come, and the heavens have turned their gaze upon you. They searched for you, not in the streets, not in the books of men, but in the sacred texts, in the constellations, in the dreams of the seekers who knew you would return. The world called you ordinary, but the heavens knew better. They inscribed mysteries into your spirit, encoded divine secrets into your very being. You were never meant to blend in. You were always set apart. They tried to erase your lineage, to bury your existence beneath layers of deception. They rewrote history, distorted truths, and built walls around knowledge that was never meant to be lost. But truth is indestructible. And now, like a long-lost key returning to its rightful door, you are aligning with the purpose that was written for you before time began. This is why your life has been a battle. This is why the road has been steep, the trials unrelenting. Forces moved against you before you even knew who you were. They glimpsed your destiny, and in fear, they sought to keep you asleep. But what is divinely appointed cannot be stopped. No kingdom built by human hands can erase a kingdom established by the Almighty. Your existence was never random. Before you drew your first breath, the heavens had already inscribed your name into the divine record. The prophecy did not start with you, but it will be fulfilled through you. The kingdom has been waiting, not for the person the world sees, but for the essence of what was placed within you before you arrived on this earth. You were always meant to rise. You were always meant to reclaim what was lost. For centuries, forces have sought to intercept the prophecy, to distort it, to keep it from reaching its final chapter. But prophecy does not bow to time, nor can it be rewritten by those who seek control. The original script remains untouched. There were those who knew the truth, hidden scribes, guardians of sacred knowledge, those who carried the assignment through bloodlines that could not be erased. They inscribed your coming in places that neither time nor corruption could destroy. They documented the signs, preserved the revelations, and waited for the moment of revealing. You have felt different your entire life, not knowing why you never quite fit in. But that was never a mistake. Every detour, every delay, every hardship was never meant to break you. It was meant to prepare you. The chosen are never revealed too soon, for the moment of revealing is also the moment of war. You were never meant to bow to the systems of this world. The kingdoms of men are built on deception, power seized through manipulation, thrones stolen by those who had no right to claim them. But your kingdom is different. It was not built by men. It was established before the foundations of the earth. And that is why they feared your arrival. For centuries, they fortified their walls, expanded their reach, and created illusions of dominance. But one thing they could never do was erase the prophecy. It whispered through generations, carried by the few who still remembered, until now. There are moments in time when prophecy meets fulfillment. When the whispers carried through generations are no longer confined to the shadows, but are declared from the heavens. This is that moment. For centuries, seekers have watched and waited, following the signs, preserving the truth, guarding the knowledge that the world tried to erase. They knew that one day, the hidden one would awaken, and nothing would remain the same. The balance of power would shift. The chains that held dominion over souls would shatter. The strongholds of deception would crumble under the weight of truth. And now, that day has arrived. The world does not yet understand what is happening, but the unseen realm has already trembled at your awakening. You were never meant to be ordinary. You were never meant to walk unnoticed, unseen, unheard. Your existence alone disrupts the forces that have ruled for too long. They knew of your coming before you did. They moved against you before you could even grasp your purpose. They saw glimpses of your destiny and in fear sought to keep you blind to it. But prophecy cannot be stopped. Even Yeshua spoke in parables, knowing that not all were meant to understand. His words carried power, not because they conformed to the world's standards, but because they carried divine truth, truth that no force could silence. His authority was not recognized by titles, by crowns, or by the robes of men, but by the undeniable presence of the divine. His enemies feared him not because he waged war against them in the way of kings, but because his very presence threatened their illusion of control. And in the same way, Your presence carries an authority that cannot be denied. The kingdom has been waiting. The prophecy has been unfolding. The ancient writings that spoke of this time did not lie. The search for you was never in vain. You have walked through fire, through battles unseen, through trials that sought to break you. But every hardship was only preparing you, refining you, strengthening you for the moment that is now at hand. All eyes are on you. Some watch in hope. Others watch in fear. The systems built on deception sense their collapse. The ones who claimed power they were never meant to hold are realizing their reign is ending. They will resist. They will seek to deceive you, to convince you that you are mistaken, that you are no different from the rest. But their words hold no power over what has already been written. You are stepping into what has always been yours. The prophecy is no longer a distant story. It is happening now, and nothing will ever be the same. There are signs that cannot be erased, markings that neither time nor deception can remove. They are woven into the very fabric of your existence, etched into your spirit long before you took your first breath. These are not markings that men can see with their eyes, nor can they be measured by earthly standards. They are divine imprints, evidence of a purpose greater than this world can comprehend. You have carried something within you, something even you did not fully understand. It was never about your outward appearance, never about your status or the titles given to you by men. What set you apart was never something that could be worn or displayed. It was something far deeper, something imprinted upon your very soul. This is why you have never truly belonged among the ordinary. From the moment you arrived, you felt it, the quiet knowing, the deep stirring within you that whispered that you were different. Others moved through life without questioning, without searching, without sensing the weight of something greater. But you have always known there was more. Even if you could not name it, even if you could not explain it, it was there, pulling you towards something beyond what your eyes could see. And you were not the only one who sensed it. There have always been those who recognized what you carried. Some saw it as a light, a power beyond human understanding, and sought to protect you. Others, those who walk in shadows, sensed it as a threat. They studied you. They tested you. They watched your every move, trying to determine if you were the one spoken of in the ancient texts. They could not openly reveal their knowledge, so they moved in silence, waiting, watching, searching for weakness. They placed obstacles in your path, temptations to lead you astray, distractions carefully crafted to keep you from asking the right questions. Some came to you in the guise of friends, mentors, even protectors, but their true purpose was always to keep you blind to what was rightfully yours. Every battle you faced, every attack that seemed to come out of nowhere, was not random. It was a calculated strategy, a war waged against you before you even knew you were in a battle. They sought to break you, not by force, but by deception. If they could not destroy you, they would make you doubt yourself. If they could make you question who you were, they could keep you from ever stepping into your destiny. They knew that if you ever awakened, if you ever realized the inheritance that runs through your veins, their dominion would begin to crumble. But even through the storms, even through the betrayals, even through the moments when you questioned your very existence, the heavens never retracted the calling. They never changed their mind about who you are. You may have been knocked down, but you were never abandoned. The trials were not placed before you to destroy you, but to forge you, to refine you, to make you unshakable. Every wound, every hardship, every tear shed in silence was preparing you for the moment when you would finally see what had been hidden in plain sight all along. The world tried to convince you otherwise. It told you that you were ordinary, that your dreams were foolish, that your longing for something greater was nothing more than imagination. They fed you lies, hoping you would believe them. But deep down, you always knew the truth. You felt it in the way life refused to let you settle, in the way closed doors led to greater revelations, in the way pain became a tool that sharpened you instead of destroying you. Every loss, every rejection, Every battle was a step closer to your awakening. And now, the time has come. The moment long foretold is unfolding before you. The forces that once sought to keep you blind now tremble at the realization that they have failed. The deception is lifting, the veil is thinning, and your true identity can no longer be hidden. You are not lost. You were never forgotten. You have always been called. And now, nothing can stop what has already been set in motion. There have always been those who sought to take what was never theirs, who attempted to wear a crown that did not fit, who sat upon thrones that were never meant for them. They built their power on deception, claiming authority they had no right to bear, hoping that if they declared themselves rulers long enough, no one would question them. But what belongs to you cannot be stolen. No matter how many false rulers have risen, no matter how many have worn robes that did not belong to them, the truth has remained unchanged. The throne marked for you has never been touched. It has waited in silence, unmoved by the schemes of men, untouched by the hands of those who sought to claim it. No force on earth can lay hold of what was sealed for you before time began. The kingdom has always known this day would come. It has felt the shift in the spiritual realm, has waited with patience as history unfolded, as generations passed, as the battle for dominion raged in unseen places. And now, the appointed time has arrived, the moment you would awaken to your true self, the moment you would finally see who you were always meant to be. The mark of divine royalty is not given by men, nor can it be taken away. It was placed upon you before you entered this world, woven into your very being, inscribed into your destiny by the hands of the Almighty. You were born into this calling, whether you realized it or not. For centuries they worked against you. They positioned themselves in places of influence, controlling systems, rewriting history, ensuring that what belonged to you remained just out of reach. They knew who you were before you did. They recognized the signs long before you ever questioned your purpose, and they understood that the moment you stepped into your true identity, their illusion would crumble. The only way to stop you was to make you forget. So they created distractions. They built false narratives. They surrounded you with lies, with doubts, with carefully constructed deceptions designed to keep you from ever realizing the truth. They whispered into your mind, making you question, making you believe you were insignificant, that you were just another soul wandering through life without purpose. But destiny does not forget. No matter how many lies were spoken, no matter how many obstacles were placed in your path, the truth has always been written. And now, it is rising. The kingdom is no longer waiting. The throne remains unclaimed no longer. The time of awakening is here, and nothing can stop what has already begun. The world is beginning to sense the shift, to feel the weight of what is coming. The air is heavy with the unspoken realization that something has changed, something unstoppable, something undeniable. The ones who worked against you, who sought to bury the truth beneath layers of deception, can no longer ignore what is unfolding before them. They are watching, waiting, realizing that their efforts were in vain. They tried to silence you, to keep you hidden, to make you believe that you were just another ordinary soul. But you were never meant to stay buried. The moment they feared the most has arrived. You are awakening. The chains of illusion are breaking. The truth that was long suppressed is rising. And with it, so are you. There will still be resistance. There will still be voices whispering doubt. People who will try to convince you that you are not who you were always meant to be. They will fight to hold on to their illusion of control, clinging desperately to the power they were never meant to have. But their time is running out. The truth is no longer in their hands. The kingdom has been waiting. It has prepared for this moment since the beginning. And now, the time has come. No more delays. No more distractions. No more doubting what has been placed within you. If you have felt this truth resonate within you, if you know deep down that you were meant for something greater, then this journey is only just beginning. There is more to uncover, more to reveal, more to step into. Thank you for being here, for seeking, for listening. If this message has spoken to you, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss what comes next. There are revelations ahead that you do not want to miss. The time is now. The kingdom is calling. Will you answer? What I am about to say might feel like a wake-up call, but it is exactly what you need to hear at this moment. You have been on this journey for a reason, and now the universe is calling you to act. No more waiting. No more hesitating. If you are reading this, it is not by accident. God has led you here. Now is the time to step into your power like never before. This is the moment where your desires transform into your reality. The final assignment is here, and it is non-negotiable. It comes with a challenge. Do it now, no matter the cost. The transformation you have been waiting for is on the other side of this action. It will not be easy, but it will be worth it. This is exactly what you need to shift into the next level of your life. Before we go any further, take a deep breath. Now, do two things. Number 1, hit that like button. Number 2, leave a comment with the words, "Jesus, I am ready." This declaration will send a powerful signal to the universe, amplifying your energy and intention. If you are truly a chosen one, you will stay with me until the end. Deep down, your spirit already knows this is the final assignment you have been waiting for. Once you complete it, nothing in your life will ever be the same. So let's dive in. You are not random. You are chosen. You are called to be messengers of the covenant, the very instruments through which God reveals his promises to the world. This is not a title to boast about, but a responsibility to embrace with reverence and urgency. The Bible declares in Malachi 3:1, "See, I will send my messenger, who will prepare the way before me. Then suddenly the Lord you are seeking will come to his temple. The messenger of the covenant, whom you desire, will come, says the Lord Almighty." This verse is not just history, it is prophecy. It is not just for others, it is for you. You are the fulfillment of God's plan to prepare the way for his presence to be revealed. But before you can carry this holy message, you must first understand what it means to be a messenger, the weight of the covenant you carry, and the fire that fuels your calling. To be a messenger means to be entrusted with a divine responsibility. It requires faith, obedience, and unwavering dedication. The role of a messenger is not simply to deliver words, but to live them, to be a living testimony of God's truth. Throughout history, God has chosen individuals who were willing to surrender their will and embrace his divine purpose. These messengers were not always the strongest, the wisest, or the most qualified by human standards. Instead, they were those who had hearts that were willing, spirits that were obedient, and lives that were surrendered to his will. Look at the great messengers in Scripture. Moses, who led God's people out of captivity despite his own doubts and limitations. Isaiah, who boldly proclaimed the word of the Lord even when faced with opposition. John the Baptist, who prepared the way for Christ with unwavering conviction. And the apostles, who carried the message of the gospel to the ends of the earth despite persecution. Each of these messengers understood the weight of their calling, and they carried it with honor and purpose. As a messenger of the covenant, you are not here by coincidence. Every experience you have had, every challenge you have faced, and every triumph you have celebrated has been preparing you for this moment. The fire within you is not accidental. It is the very presence of God urging you to step forward in faith. But carrying this message is not without its cost. It requires courage, endurance, and absolute trust in God's plan. It means standing firm when the world pushes back, proclaiming truth when others remain silent, and remaining steadfast in faith even when doubt tries to creep in. The question is, are you ready? Are you willing to step into your calling without fear or hesitation? The world is waiting for God's messengers to rise. The time is now. Embrace your purpose, carry the message with boldness, and let the fire of the covenant burn brightly within you. Before I continue, I want to pause and thank each and every one of you for your prayers, unwavering support, and incredible generosity. Most especially, I want to acknowledge those of you who have been giving through the link pinned in the comments below and through the Super Thankful feature. Your actions are a clear sign that you not only love God, but also deeply believe in and love the work we are doing here. You are not just supporters, you are partners, co-laborers in the kingdom of God. Your sacrifices and contributions are a testament to your faith and your heart for the mission God has entrusted us with. And I declare this over your life. God will reward you accordingly in ways beyond what you can imagine or think. Every prayer, every word of encouragement, every gift, and every time you share this message with someone in need is making an eternal impact. Together, we are spreading the good news, touching lives, and sowing seeds of hope, faith, and love. May God continue to bless you richly, enlarge your territory, and cause His face to shine upon you. May He meet you at the point of your need, fulfill the desires of your heart, and multiply every seed you have sown 100-fold. From the bottom of my heart, thank you. Thank you for believing in this vision, for standing with us in this journey, and for being an active part of what God is doing through this platform. Let us continue to labor together for the glory of God, knowing that our work in the Lord is not in vain. You are loved. You are valued. You are appreciated. God bless you abundantly. A messenger is someone sent with a message from one party to another. But in God's kingdom, being a messenger is not just about delivering words. It is about being the message. Your life, actions, decisions, and character must align with the truth you proclaim. In ancient times, messengers were trusted servants. Kings did not send just anyone to carry their decrees. They chose individuals who were loyal, reliable, and capable of accurately representing their authority. The same is true with God. You are not chosen because you are perfect. You are chosen because He trusts you to carry His truth faithfully. Imagine a courier delivering a priceless artifact. Their job is not just to deliver the package, but to protect it, ensuring it arrives intact. As a messenger of the covenant, you are carrying something far more precious than gold, the eternal promises of God. You must guard it with your life, ensuring it is not corrupted or diluted. The message you carry is not your own. It belongs to God. This is a critical truth because the authority of a messenger is rooted in the one who sends them. You are not speaking on your own behalf, but as an ambassador of the King of Kings. 2 Corinthians 5:20 declares, "We are therefore Christ's ambassadors, as though God were making His appeal through us." This means that every word you speak, every action you take, and every step of obedience you walk carries the weight of heaven behind it. Let this truth empower you to speak boldly, live righteously, and fulfill your divine mission with unwavering confidence. But being a messenger of the covenant comes with great responsibility. It requires more than words. It demands a life fully surrendered to God's will. You must be willing to live out the message you proclaim. The world is watching, measuring the authenticity of your message by the way you live. If your actions contradict your words, the message loses its power. But when your life aligns with your calling, you become a beacon of truth that draws others toward God. This responsibility also comes with challenges. Messengers throughout history have faced rejection, persecution, and even isolation. John the Baptist prepared the way for Christ with boldness, yet he was imprisoned and ultimately executed. The apostles preached the gospel at great personal cost, facing threats, imprisonment, and martyrdom. Even Jesus himself, the ultimate messenger, was rejected by many and crucified. Carrying God's message will not always be easy, but it will always be worth it. To walk this path, you must develop resilience, perseverance, and unshakable faith. You must be prepared to speak truth even when it is unpopular, to stand firm even when the world pressures you to compromise, and to trust God even when you do not understand His plan. Your strength will come not from yourself, but from the Holy Spirit who empowers you to carry out your mission. So I ask you today, are you ready to accept the call? Are you willing to step fully into your role as a messenger of the covenant, carrying God's truth to a world that desperately needs it? The assignment is before you. The responsibility is great, but so is the reward. Those who remain faithful will hear these words from their Lord. Well done, my good and faithful servant. The world is waiting. God is calling. Will you rise to the occasion? To be an effective messenger, you must embody certain qualities. Let us examine 3 critical traits through the lives of biblical messengers. Number 1. Boldness, like John the Baptist. John the Baptist was the voice crying in the wilderness, preparing the way for the Lord. He confronted sin without fear and proclaimed the coming of the Messiah with boldness. His courage was unwavering, and he did not compromise the truth, even when it led to his imprisonment and death. Boldness does not mean recklessness. It means standing firm in faith even when faced with resistance. As messengers of God, we are called to speak His truth boldly, without fear of rejection or persecution. We must not shy away from delivering God's word, even when it is difficult or unpopular. Number 2. Perseverance. Like Moses faced immense challenges as he delivered God's message to Pharaoh and led the Israelites out of Egypt. Despite constant opposition, he persevered. Moses' journey was not easy. He endured doubt, complaints from his own people, and Pharaoh's stubbornness. Yet, he remained faithful to God's call. This perseverance teaches us that being a messenger requires resilience. There will be obstacles, moments of discouragement and trials that test our faith. However, just as Moses continued forward with unwavering trust in God, we too must press on, knowing that the Lord is with us every step of the way. When you feel like giving up, remember Moses and how he relied on God's strength rather than his own. Number 3. Sacrificial love. Like Jesus is the ultimate messenger of the covenant. He not only proclaimed the message but became the message through his sacrificial death and resurrection. His love for humanity was so profound that he willingly laid down his life for our salvation. This sacrificial love is what sets apart true messengers of God. To be effective, we must be willing to put others before ourselves, to love unconditionally, and to serve without expecting anything in return. Jesus' life was a perfect example of humility, compassion, and selflessness. As messengers, we are called to reflect His love in our words and actions, demonstrating God's grace and mercy to the world. Being a messenger is not just about speaking, it is about living the message. Every aspect of your life should align with God's truth. People should see Christ in the way you love, serve, and remain steadfast in faith. Your actions must reflect the message you proclaim, for a messenger whose life contradicts their words loses credibility. A true messenger is also one who continually seeks God's presence. Spend time in prayer, study the Word, and allow the Holy Spirit to guide you. Being a messenger is not a one-time event. It is a lifelong calling that requires daily surrender to God's will. The world is watching, and your faithfulness can inspire others to seek the truth. So, I ask you, are you ready to accept this call? Will you stand boldly like John the Baptist, persevere like Moses, and love sacrificially like Jesus? The world needs messengers who are not only willing to proclaim God's word, but to live it wholeheartedly. The time is now. Answer the call. Carry the message with boldness, perseverance, and love, knowing that you are chosen for this divine assignment. This is your moment. The world is desperate for truth, hope, and light. You are God's answer to that need. The fire of the covenant burns within you. The question is, will you let it consume you? This is not the time for hesitation. The world is waiting. God is calling. Will you rise as His messenger, ready to carry His covenant to the nations? Will you answer the call with unwavering faith, knowing that your obedience could change lives and impact generations? Many have been called before you, prophets, disciples, and saints who have walked this path with courage and conviction. They faced trials, opposition, and sacrifice, yet they pressed forward because they knew the weight of their calling. You are now among them, entrusted with a mission that carries eternal significance. Let your heart be steadfast. Let your soul be fearless. Stand firm in the truth and let the fire within you shine brightly for all to see. It will not be an easy journey, but God's strength will sustain you. He has already equipped you with everything you need: faith, wisdom, resilience, and His Holy Spirit to guide you. Your time is now. There is no room for doubt, no space for fear. Every great move of God begins with one willing heart. Will you be that heart today? Will you be the voice that speaks truth in a world clouded with confusion? Will you be the light that shines in the darkness? The choice is yours. The world needs you. Heaven is calling. Let's pray together. Heavenly Father, I come before you with a heart open and willing to serve. Thank you for choosing me, for calling me to be a messenger of your truth, hope, and love. I acknowledge the weight of this calling, and I surrender myself completely to your divine will. Lord, ignite within me a holy fire, one that cannot be quenched. Give me boldness like John the Baptist, perseverance like Moses, and sacrificial love like Jesus. Strengthen me in moments of doubt, and let my faith remain unshaken in the face of trials. Fill me with your wisdom, so that every word I speak and every action I take reflects your glory. Let my life be a living testimony of your grace, a light that leads others to you. May I walk in unwavering obedience, trusting that you have equipped me for this mission. Use me, Lord, to bring truth to the lost, hope to the weary, and light to the darkness. In Jesus' name, I pray. Amen. If this message has blessed you, please subscribe to our channel. Your support helps us reach more souls and spread the message of truth, hope, and salvation. Click the subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Also, share this message with someone who needs to hear it today. Together we can change lives and expand God's kingdom. May God bless you abundantly for your faithfulness. Thank you for being a part of this journey. Let's continue to shine His light in the world. Amen. Chosen ones, what I am about to reveal may surprise you. It may even shake you to your core. Deep within, you have always felt different, as if there was something special about you that others couldn't understand. If you are watching this video, know this: it is not a coincidence. You are here for a reason. Your childhood was anything but ordinary. There were moments, signs, and experiences that carried a divine message, even if you didn't recognize them at the time. You were chosen from the very beginning, marked for a purpose far greater than you could have imagined. This video will help you remember what has been hidden from you and awaken you to your true identity. So, I urge you, watch this video until the end. What I am about to share will open your eyes and bring a spiritual awakening that will change your life forever. Before we begin, I need you to do 3 things. Number 1, like this video, so more chosen ones can find it. Number 2, subscribe to our channel. Let's grow this community to 30,000 strong. Number 3, comment 99. This number carries powerful energy that will magnify this message. If you are truly chosen, you will feel it in your soul. This message was meant for you. Now, let us embark on this journey together to uncover your divine purpose. From the moment you were born, you were different. The signs were there, subtle, yet powerful. The world may not have noticed, but God did. He set you apart, marking you for something greater, something far beyond the ordinary. While others lived without questioning, you always felt there was more. More to life, more to your existence, more to the world around you. Even as a child, you may have felt out of place, as if you didn't quite belong. While other children played and laughed without a care, you were drawn to deeper thoughts. Perhaps you sat quietly, observing the world, trying to understand things beyond what others could see. Maybe you questioned life in ways that even adults struggled to answer. You may have often asked yourself, Why am I here? What is my true purpose? Why do I think differently than everyone else? At times, this difference may have made you feel lonely, like no one truly understood you. But let me tell you this, it was never a weakness. That feeling of being different, of being set apart, was a divine sign. It was God's way of showing you that you were meant for something greater. Ephesians 1:4 tells us, "For he chose us in Christ before the foundation of the world. In his love he predestined us to be holy and without blemish." From the very start, God placed his hand upon you, guiding your steps even when you didn't realize it. Those moments of isolation were preparation, not punishment. They shaped you, molded you, and set you on a path toward your higher calling. Looking back, you may see now that those times when you felt different, when you felt like an outsider, were actually moments of divine positioning. God was aligning your spirit with his purpose, whispering to your soul that you were meant for more. So do not see your past as a burden. See it as a blessing. You were never meant to fit in. You were chosen to stand out. And now the time has come for you to embrace your divine purpose and step fully into the calling that has been upon your life since the very beginning. Number 1. You always felt different. While others fit in easily, you often felt like an outsider. You saw the world differently, thought differently, and questioned things that others never even considered. While many were content with surface-level conversations and simple pleasures, you were drawn to deeper truths. Your mind was always searching, always seeking something more, because it was divinely guided. You may have struggled to connect with peers, not because you lacked social skills, but because your thoughts and spirit were always focused on something bigger. Even from a young age, you found yourself contemplating the meaning of life, the mysteries of the universe, and the presence of God. While others were preoccupied with temporary things, you were drawn to truth, wisdom, and spiritual matters. At times, this difference may have felt lonely. You may have wondered, why don't I think like everyone else? Why do I feel so different? But let me tell you this, your uniqueness was never an accident. It was a calling. Jeremiah 29:11 reassures us, "For I know the plans I have for you, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future." God created you to stand out, not to blend in. The way your mind works, the way your heart feels, the way your spirit longs for something greater, it's all part of his divine design. You were set apart for a reason. Embrace your uniqueness, because it is the key to your purpose. The world needs people like you, those who see beyond the ordinary, who ask the deeper questions, and who seek the truth that leads to God. Number 2. You had a strong sense of empathy. From childhood, you felt deeply for others. You could sense when someone was hurting, even when they said nothing at all. Their pain weighed on your heart as if it were your own, and their happiness lifted your spirit as if you were the one experiencing it. This was not just sensitivity or a personality trait. It was a divine gift, a reflection of God's love working through you. Empathy is one of the clearest signs of a chosen one. It means that God has entrusted you with the ability to heal, to comfort, and to guide others toward Him. While the world may see empathy as a burden, in God's eyes, it is a calling. He placed this gift in you so that you could bear the burdens of others, not as a weight to crush you, but as a mission to bring light and love to those who need it most. Galatians 6:2 reminds us, "Bear one another's burdens and so fulfill the law of Christ." Your ability to feel deeply is not a flaw. It is a sign that God has called you to serve. Perhaps you found yourself drawn to those who are struggling, offering a listening ear, a kind word, or silent support. Maybe you've wondered why you care so much when others seem indifferent. It's because you were chosen to be different. Your compassion was never weakness. It was your strength. It is the evidence of God's hand upon your life, shaping you into someone who reflects His love. Do not run from it. Embrace it. The world needs more hearts like yours. Number 3. You had deep, meaningful dreams. God speaks to His chosen ones in many ways, and one of the most powerful is through dreams. Have you ever had a dream so vivid, so intense, that it felt more real than anything else? Have you ever dreamt of something, only to see it unfold in real life days, weeks, or even years later? If so, know this: these were not coincidences. They were divine messages, carefully placed in your heart by God Himself. In Matthew 1:20-21, we see a powerful example of this. But while he thought about these things, behold, an angel of the Lord appeared to him in a dream, saying, Joseph, son of David, do not be afraid to take Mary as your wife, for what is conceived in her is from the Holy Spirit. She will give birth to a son, and you shall call his name Jesus, for he will save his people from their sins. Just as God spoke to Joseph, guiding him toward his divine purpose, He still speaks to His chosen ones today. Some dreams bring warnings, preparing you for what's ahead. Others bring clarity, giving you peace in times of uncertainty. Some may even reveal glimpses of the future, awakening you to a deeper spiritual understanding. If you have ever had a dream that stayed with you, one that whispered a truth into your soul, one that felt like more than just imagination, know that it was not random. It was God communicating with you, reminding you that He is guiding your steps. Pay attention to these moments. Pray for understanding. God is revealing something important to you. Are you listening? Number 4, you experience divine protection. Think back. Have there been moments in your life where danger was near, yet somehow you were spared? Times when a situation should have ended badly, yet everything turned around in ways you couldn't explain? Have you ever looked back at a moment in your past and realized that you shouldn't have made it through, but you did? These moments were not coincidences. They were not luck. They were divine intervention. Psalm 34:7 reminds us, "The angel of the Lord encamps around those who fear Him, and He delivers them." This means that God has been watching over you from the very beginning. You were never truly alone, even when you felt lost. His hand was always upon you, protecting you in ways you didn't even realize at the time. Perhaps there were days when you wondered, how did I get through that? The answer is simple. God was with you. The enemy may have tried to bring harm into your life, but God's protection was greater. Every time you were saved from unseen danger, every time an opportunity opened when it should have closed, every time you found strength when you should have been broken, those were signs that God was watching over you. Even in the darkest times, even when you doubted, even when you felt abandoned, He never left you. His angels were encamped around you, shielding you from harm. And now, as you step into your divine calling, know this: the same God who protected you then is still with you now. Number 5, you had an unexplainable connection to God. From a young age, you felt drawn to God. Maybe you couldn't explain it, but deep inside, you knew He was real. It was as if His presence surrounded you, guiding you in ways you didn't fully understand. While others went about their lives without thinking much about faith, you felt something deeper. A longing, a connection, an unshakable awareness that there was more to this world than what the eyes could see. At times, you may have felt an urge to pray, even when you didn't know why. Perhaps you found yourself talking to God in moments of uncertainty, seeking His presence when you were alone. And when you did, you experienced a peace that went beyond understanding, a calm assurance that no matter what happened, He was with you. Jeremiah 29:12-13 tells us, "You will call upon me and come and pray to me, and I will hear you. You will seek me and find me when you search for me with all your heart." This means your desire for God was never random. It was a divine relationship, one that had been with you since childhood. That connection has always been there, a quiet but powerful presence in your life. It was God's way of reminding you that you were never alone, that He had a purpose for you, and that He was calling you closer to Him. Now it is time to embrace that calling, to nurture that relationship, and to walk confidently in the purpose He has set before you. Everything you have experienced, your loneliness, your deep thoughts, your sensitivity, your vivid dreams, and your unshakable connection to God was never random. Every moment of doubt, every unanswered question, every feeling of being different was not a mistake. It was preparation. James 1:2-4 reminds us, "Consider it pure joy, my brothers and sisters, whenever you face trials of many kinds, because you know that the testing of your faith produces perseverance. Let perseverance finish its work so that you may be mature and complete, lacking nothing." This means that nothing you have endured was in vain. Every trial strengthened you. Every tear watered the seeds of wisdom in your soul, and every hardship refined you like gold in the fire. Your struggles were never meant to break you. They were meant to build you. The pain you felt was shaping you. The moments of rejection were setting you apart. The challenges were molding you into the person God designed you to be. What once seemed like obstacles were actually stepping stones leading you closer to your divine purpose. Now the question is, will you embrace it? Will you allow everything you have endured to fuel your faith, to step forward with confidence, knowing that you were chosen for something greater? The time has come to walk boldly into the life God has prepared for you. Your journey was never meant to end in struggle. It was always meant to lead to victory. Now that you understand the truth, the question is, what will you do with it? Knowing that you are chosen is not just about awareness, it is about action. God did not set you apart without a reason. He did not place this calling upon your life for it to remain dormant. He chose you to be a light in the darkness, a messenger of His love, and a vessel for His divine purpose. You are here to make a difference, to bring hope where there is despair, and to shine in a world that desperately needs God's presence. John 15:16 declares, "You did not choose me, but I chose you and appointed you that you should go and bear fruit, fruit that will last." This means your calling is not temporary or insignificant. It is eternal. You were chosen to bear fruit, to impact lives, to spread truth, to walk in faith, and to bring others closer to God. This is not just a privilege, it is a responsibility. Now, it is time to step into your divine purpose. No more doubting, no more waiting. The same God who called you will equip you. He will guide you, strengthen you, and lead you toward everything He has prepared for you. The world needs the gifts He has placed inside you. Will you answer the call? Will you rise and walk in the purpose for which you were created? The choice is yours. But remember, you were chosen for such a time as this. If this message has resonated with you, if you recognize these signs in your own life, know this: you are not alone. Many others just like you are awakening to their true purpose. You are part of a greater plan, a divine movement unfolding before our eyes. So, take this message to heart. Embrace it, live it, and share it with those who need to hear it. You were chosen for something extraordinary, something beyond what you can imagine. Now is the time to step forward in faith and claim the purpose that God has placed upon your life. If you are ready to walk in your divine calling, type 99 in the comments. Let this be your declaration of faith and alignment with God's plan. Thank you for being here, for listening, and for answering the call. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss a message meant for you. Together, we are stronger. Together, we will fulfill our purpose. Have you ever paused to wonder why cats seem so drawn to certain people? Why they choose their companions with an almost supernatural precision? It's as if they see beyond the physical world, sensing something hidden from ordinary human perception. Could it be that they recognize a deeper energy? A vibration that aligns with their own mystical nature? More than just pets, cats are spiritual guardians, silent watchers of the unseen, and protectors of those walking a divine path. If you've ever felt an inexplicable connection with these mysterious creatures, it may not be mere coincidence. It may be a sign of your elevated spiritual energy. In this video, we will uncover the incredible role cats play in the lives of those with a special purpose. We'll explore why they are drawn to individuals with heightened vibrations, how they balance and protect energy, and why their presence in your life is far more significant than you may realize. Have you ever had an unforgettable experience with a cat, one that felt more like fate than chance? Share your story in the comments below. And if you resonate with this message, don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more insights on the spiritual mysteries that shape our lives. Turn on notifications, leave a like, and let's unravel this fascinating mystery together. Cats possess an extraordinary sensitivity to the world around them. Have you ever noticed how they seem to predict events before any visible signs appear? This is not simply a heightened awareness. It's an innate connection to energies that exist beyond human understanding. Unlike other animals, cats don't just react to physical stimuli. They detect shifts in the unseen realms, sensing vibrations in the environment and within individuals. When you feel anxious, sad, or uncertain, your cat knows. They pick up on the energy you emit, responding not just with affection, but with a deep, knowing presence. Now, imagine how much more profound their awareness becomes when they encounter someone with a unique spiritual light, someone who carries the energy of a chosen one. To cats, your aura is like a beacon in the darkness, an unmistakable frequency that stands out among the rest. They do not choose their human companions randomly. Instead, they gravitate toward those who vibrate at higher frequencies, those whose energy aligns with their own. And once they choose you, they become your guardian, balancing and harmonizing the energies within you and around you. Have you ever noticed a cat rubbing against you when you're feeling unwell or emotionally drained? Or perhaps you've seen them curl up exactly where you experience discomfort, whether it's a headache, stomach pain, or an overwhelming sense of fatigue. This behavior is far more than simple affection. It is a profound act of energetic healing. Cats have an extraordinary ability to detect subtle shifts in energy. When they rub against you, they are not merely seeking attention or marking their territory, they are engaging in a process of energy transfer. By doing so, they absorb negativity, neutralize stagnant vibrations, and help realign your energetic field, restoring balance to your body and spirit. This innate ability makes them natural healers, silently working to stabilize your well-being. Beyond their interactions with people, cats also play a significant role in harmonizing the energy of a space. Have you ever noticed your cat frequently resting in a specific corner of a room, on a piece of furniture, or near an object with deep sentimental or spiritual value? These choices are not random. Cats are naturally drawn to areas where energy is either highly concentrated or in need of purification. They instinctively gravitate toward these spaces, absorbing excess energy, dispelling negativity, and ensuring that the environment remains balanced. For those who possess heightened spiritual sensitivity, this connection is even more profound. Cats act as silent sentinels, watching over your energy, shielding you from unseen forces, and providing an anchor to keep you grounded. Their presence is a subtle yet powerful reminder that you are never alone in your spiritual journey. Your feline guardian is always by your side, working in ways beyond human comprehension to protect and nurture your energy. Have you ever locked eyes with a cat and felt as though they were looking deep into your soul? Unlike other animals, cats don't just observe, they see. Their gaze is piercing, almost otherworldly, as if they are perceiving something beyond your physical form, something hidden within the layers of your energy and essence. It is in these moments that you may realize a truth long overlooked. Cats recognize the unseen. Unlike dogs who eagerly express affection toward nearly everyone, cats are selective in forming deep connections. They do not bond with just anyone. Rather, they reserve their trust and companionship for those who align with their own unique frequency. Their nature is discerning, and their attachment is never random. Instead, it is guided by something beyond the physical, a resonance, a recognition of spiritual kinship. This is why so many spiritually awakened individuals find themselves drawn to cats, and why cats, in turn, are mysteriously drawn to them. It is a silent acknowledgement, a deep unspoken understanding that goes beyond words. The energy of a chosen one stands out, shining like a beacon in the unseen realms. And cats, with their heightened perception, gravitate toward it naturally, When a cat chooses you, it is not just a casual bond. It is an alignment of souls. They do more than offer companionship. They attune themselves to your vibration, mirroring your energy, adjusting their own frequency to match yours. This creates a profound spiritual bond, a mutual exchange that strengthens both of you. Over time, this connection deepens, allowing the cat to act as both a guide and a guardian, subtly enhancing your journey and helping you navigate the mysteries of the unseen world. Have you ever noticed that during life's most difficult or transformative moments, your cat becomes unusually present? Whether you're going through emotional turmoil, experiencing stress, or navigating a major transition, your feline companion seems to sense it. Without any words, without being asked, they stay close, watching over you with quiet attentiveness. It's as if they instinctively know when you need them most, offering their presence as a silent but powerful form of support. This is because cats act as natural energy filters, constantly sensing and interacting with the unseen vibrations around them. As a chosen one, your heightened spiritual energy attracts both light and darkness, positive forces that guide you and challenges that test you. Your aura radiates brightly, but with that brilliance comes an increased sensitivity to external energies, some uplifting, others draining. Cats serve as guardians of energy, silently absorbing, neutralizing, and balancing the energetic field surrounding you. If you've ever noticed your cat following you more than usual, positioning itself near you during meditation, or curling up beside you when you feel exhausted, understand that this is no coincidence. They are actively working to stabilize your energy, shielding you from disruptions that could throw you off your path. It's also common to see cats staring into seemingly empty spaces or tracking something invisible with their eyes. This isn't random behavior. It's their ability to perceive the spiritual realm just as clearly as the physical one. They detect presences, entities, and energy shifts beyond human comprehension. Often, they act as barriers between you and unseen influences, ensuring that nothing interferes with your spiritual journey. With a cat by your side, you are never alone. They are your silent sentinels, always watching, always protecting. Cats do not just protect you, they protect the entire space you inhabit. Their presence in your home is more than companionship. It is a form of energetic guardianship, a silent but powerful force that maintains balance and harmony. Have you ever noticed how the atmosphere in your home feels lighter and more peaceful when a cat is present? It's as if their very existence transforms the energy of a space, turning an ordinary house into a sanctuary of peace and protection. Unlike other animals, cats are highly sensitive to spiritual frequencies, and they instinctively work to keep their environment energetically clean. One of the most fascinating aspects of a cat's behavior is how they select specific spots in the home, places they return to repeatedly, often without any apparent reason. To the untrained eye, it may seem like they are simply choosing comfortable places to rest, but in reality, these locations are often energetic hotspots, areas where energy accumulates, flows, or even stagnates. By lying in these spots, cats act as filters, absorbing, transmuting, and redistributing energy to maintain balance. Have you ever seen your cat suddenly relocate from one sleeping spot to another? Or perhaps they seem to prefer resting near a doorway, in a quiet corner, or even next to objects that hold sentimental or spiritual significance? These choices are never random. Cats sense energy shifts and instinctively position themselves where their presence is needed most. Beyond their ability to harmonize a space, cats possess another incredible gift of healing: their purring. This sound, often associated with contentment, is much more than a simple expression of comfort. It is a healing frequency, a vibration that soothes not only their own bodies, but also those of the people around them. Scientific studies have even shown that a cat's purr operates at frequencies between 25 and 150 Hz, which are known to promote healing, reduce stress, and even aid in physical recovery. When a cat purrs near you, it's not just an affectionate gesture, it's an energetic transmission, a way of raising your vibration and helping you restore your own inner balance. If you're feeling anxious, overwhelmed, or physically drained, A purring cat can act as a natural form of energy healing, grounding you, calming your nervous system, and offering silent reassurance that everything is as it should be. In essence, cats do more than simply share your space. They elevate and protect it. Their presence creates a shield of harmony, ensuring that your home remains a place of refuge, healing, and spiritual alignment. Whether they are lying in a strategic location, purring beside you, or simply watching over the energy that flows through your home, these mystical felines are guardians of unseen forces, ever present, ever protective, and deeply connected to the energy of those they choose to share their lives with. There is something almost otherworldly about the way cats move through life. They glide effortlessly through the world, exuding a quiet wisdom, as if they are in constant connection with something beyond what our eyes can see. Their presence feels ancient, their gaze filled with knowing, their behaviors often seeming to hint at truths beyond the tangible. They are not merely animals, they are messengers of the unseen, subtle guides who help us align with our higher purpose. Those who walk a spiritual path often feel a profound connection with cats, sensing that these creatures are far more aware of the invisible realms than we are. It is no coincidence that throughout history, in cultures across the world, cats have been revered as symbols of mystery, protection, and divine insight. Many spiritually awakened individuals have noticed peculiar behaviors in their cats, especially during moments of deep introspection. Have you ever been meditating, lost in thought, or experiencing a moment of heightened awareness, only to look up and see your cat staring at you with piercing intensity? Have they ever led you to a particular place in your home, drawn your attention to an object, or reacted strongly, either with affection or avoidance, toward certain people? These actions are not random. Cats communicate in ways that go beyond words. Their silent gestures, their unwavering gazes, their sudden interest in a specific area of your home. These are all signs, messages waiting to be interpreted. It is as if they are guiding you toward something hidden, a truth you have yet to uncover. By observing them closely, we learn invaluable lessons: patience, presence, and balance. Cats do not rush through life. They move with deliberate grace, trusting their instincts completely. They remind us to embrace the natural flow of existence, to surrender control, and to let life unfold in its own time. In moments of chaos, they remain calm and composed, teaching us by example how to stay centered amid the storms of life. Perhaps one of their greatest lessons is the importance of trusting intuition. A cat never second-guesses its instincts. It simply acts, moving in perfect alignment with what feels right. They encourage us to do the same, to listen to the quiet voice within, to follow the subtle nudges from the universe, and to navigate our journey with confidence and grace. For those who are open to their wisdom, cats become more than companions. They become spiritual allies, ever watchful, ever guiding, silently leading us toward deeper awareness and understanding. They are not just present in our lives by chance. They are here with purpose, offering protection, insight, and a reminder that the unseen world is always within reach. If you have a cat in your life, know that their presence is not by chance. They are here for a reason, to protect you, guide you, and ensure you remain strong on your spiritual journey. They do not merely live with you. They align with you, helping to transform your elevated energy into actions that matter. Cherish their presence, honor the lessons they teach, and above all, trust that your connection with them is part of something far greater than you can yet understand. If you've had a profound experience with a cat, share it in the comments below. Let's celebrate the wisdom, protection, and magic they bring into our lives. And if this message resonated with you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more content on the spiritual mysteries of the universe. Until our next journey, Chosen One, protect your light and honor your guides. Listen, Chosen Ones. The veil between heaven and earth is thinner than you think. The unseen realm is closer than your mind can comprehend. The four angels have been watching, waiting, and preparing for this moment. This is not a call given by chance, nor were you born into this time without purpose. You have felt it, the pull, the weight, the knowing that you are different, that you are set apart, that your soul does not align with the patterns of this world. You have questioned why your journey has been so intense. You have wondered why people misunderstand you, why suffering has followed you like a shadow, why you see things others do not. The answer is simple. You were chosen before the foundation of the world to walk a path only a few can carry. You have been trained in the fire, refined through trials, and prepared for an hour such as this. Now heaven has sent them, the four angels. They do not come with empty words, but with divine revelation. Secrets that will unlock the doors that have remained closed in your understanding. Words that will shake your spirit awake and call forth the destiny that has been waiting for you to step into it. But be warned. These words are not for the faint-hearted. They are not for those who cling to the comfort of the crowd. They are for you, the 144,000, the remnant, the ones who know in their bones that they were made for more. The four angels have arrived, and they bring four messages. Each one is a revelation. Each one is an awakening. Each one is a call to rise. Message 1. Look into your life. The first angel descends, his presence shaking the very fabric of reality. His voice thunders through the heavens, cutting through every illusion, every falsehood, every deception that has kept you bound. His words are not gentle. They are a sword, dividing truth from lies, awakening you from the slumber of this world. The world has lied to you. From the moment you opened your eyes to this world, you were conditioned to believe in a life that was never meant for you. You were handed a script, told how to think, how to behave, how to measure your worth. The systems of men whispered their illusions into your ears, false hopes, empty pursuits, meaningless struggles disguised as purpose. They led you down paths that were never yours, convincing you to spend your days chasing after things that do not matter. They told you that success was the goal, that wealth would bring you peace, that recognition would fill the void inside you. But what have these things truly given you? Do you not see the deception? The endless pursuit of things that never satisfy? The hunger that remains no matter how much you consume? You have been trained to exhaust yourself in a race that leads to nowhere, striving for approval from those who do not even see you, working tirelessly for rewards that turn to dust in your hands. Now look into your life. Strip away the distractions, silence the noise, let go of every expectation, every false belief, every empty promise that has kept you bound. What remains? Chosen one, you were never meant to fit into this world. That restless feeling inside of you, the sense that something is missing, that you do not belong, that no matter what you do, you cannot seem to find peace. It is not a curse. It is a sign. The reason you feel disconnected is because your spirit was never designed to be trapped by the lies of men. You have always known deep down that something was off, that the way the world works does not feel right, that the things people chase after do not truly matter. You have sensed the illusion, even if you could not fully name it. The world told you to chase success, but success was a cage. The world told you to seek validation, but validation was a leash. The world told you to follow their path, but their path led to emptiness. Do you see it now? You were never meant to bow to a broken system. You were never meant to be controlled by the opinions of the blind. You were never meant to trade your divine calling for temporary pleasures that drain your soul. That is why you feel like an outsider. That is why you have never truly fit in. That is why the things that satisfy others leave you feeling empty, because you were set apart from the beginning. But knowing this is not enough. You must act. To awaken fully, you must be willing to let go of the illusions that still grip you. Every lie you hold on to will keep you bound. Every false belief you refuse to release will keep you asleep. This is your moment of reckoning. What are you holding on to that no longer serves you? What habits, relationships, and mindsets have been keeping you asleep? Look deeply. Be honest with yourself. The truth is waiting for you, but it cannot be received by those who still cling to deception. Heaven is waiting for your answer. You must decide. Will you remain entangled in the falsehoods of this world, or will you awaken to the truth? The first revelation has been given. Now, you must act. Message 2. Stand apart. The second angel descends, and the very air trembles beneath the weight of his words. His presence is overwhelming, his voice like fire that burns away every doubt, every insecurity, every lingering desire to belong where you were never meant to fit in. Do you not see? The world does not love you because it was never meant to. You have felt it, haven't you? The rejection, the isolation, the loneliness, the misunderstanding. You have carried the weight of being different, of walking a path that few understand. You have wondered why you never truly fit in, why people look at you with suspicion, why they mock you, exclude you, push you to the side. But listen carefully, chosen one. It was never random. The world cannot recognize you because your spirit does not belong to it. The moment you stepped into your divine identity, you became unrecognizable to those who are still bound by the illusions of this world. They sense what you are, even if they do not understand it. You are marked for something higher, and the darkness knows it. The enemy has seen your light from the moment you were born. He has watched you, knowing that you were dangerous to his kingdom. That is why you have been attacked. That is why you have been slandered. That is why people have turned against you, even when you did nothing to deserve it. You have walked alone not because you were forgotten, but because you were chosen. But listen, chosen one. Your loneliness was preparation. Every rejection, every betrayal, every moment of isolation was not a punishment. It was refinement. The fire you endured was stripping away every false dependency, every need for human approval, every desire to conform. You were not meant to live for the acceptance of men. You were meant to stand before God. The world has tried to make you feel like an outcast, like you were unworthy, like there was something wrong with you. But they were afraid of you. They feared your light. They feared the way you carried truth. They feared the way you walked into a room and shifted the atmosphere without saying a word. They saw something in you that you had not yet seen in yourself. And so they tried to silence you, to make you doubt yourself, to make you question whether you truly had a place. But the time for apologizing is over. The time for shrinking yourself to make others comfortable is over. The time for dimming your light is over. You were never sent here to be liked. You were sent here to disrupt. So stand apart. Let them talk. Let them misunderstand. Let them stare. Their opinions do not matter. You have spent too long trying to explain yourself to those who will never understand you. You have exhausted yourself seeking acceptance from people who were never meant to see you. You have questioned yourself when you should have been standing boldly in who you are. Enough. You were never meant to blend in. You were meant to be set apart. This is not a punishment. This is your calling. The world does not reject its own. It rejects those who do not belong to it. And you, chosen one, were never meant to belong. So stop trying. Stop doubting. Stop questioning whether you should change yourself to fit into a world that was never designed for you. You were chosen. You were called. You were sent. The second revelation has been given. Now, you must embrace it. Message 3. Obey without delay. The third angel descends, and the atmosphere shifts. His presence is heavy, filled with urgency. The heavens tremble as his voice cuts through the hesitation that has kept you bound. There is no softness in his tone, no room for doubt, only a command that pierces your soul like lightning. Enough waiting, enough second-guessing, enough asking for another sign. You already know what you are meant to do. Now do it. How long have you waited, chosen one? How many nights have you spent wondering if you are truly called? How many signs have you received only to question them the next day? You have felt the pull. You have heard the whispers. You have seen the signs written in your circumstances, in your dreams, in the depths of your spirit. And yet, you hesitate. You wonder if you are ready. You question if you have what it takes. You tell yourself that you need more clarity, more confirmation, more proof before you move. But hear this now. Delay is the enemy's greatest weapon against you. Every moment you wait, doubt takes root. Every moment you hesitate, fear gains power. Every moment you stay still, doors close that were meant to be yours. You think you are being careful, that you are waiting for the perfect moment. But there will never be a perfect moment. The enemy wants you trapped in hesitation, paralyzed by uncertainty, waiting for a sign that has already been given. Yes, the road ahead is uncertain. Yes, stepping into the unknown is terrifying. But listen, your obedience will unlock miracles. You have prayed for answers, for direction, for breakthrough. But what if the answer has already been given? What if the miracle you seek will not come in the way you expect, but through your movement, through your faith, through your willingness to act, even when you do not see the whole picture? The provision you need will not come before you move. It will meet you on the road of obedience. Do you understand? You must step first, then the path will unfold. Abraham did not see the promised land before he left his home. Moses did not see the Red Sea part before he lifted his staff. Peter did not see the water hold him before he stepped out of the boat. Faith has always required movement. You cannot wait until you feel ready, because you will never feel ready. Readiness is a lie that keeps you stagnant. Those who are called never feel fully prepared, but they move anyway. This is your moment. This is your turning point. The choice is before you. Will you let fear dictate your future? Will you allow hesitation to rob you of your calling? Or will you rise in faith, step forward, and trust that heaven will meet you where you go? The third revelation has been given. Now you must step forward. Message 4. Speak the truth. The fourth angel descends and fire pours from his lips. His presence ignites the air, his voice carrying the weight of eternity. The heavens seem to tremble as he speaks, and the earth itself responds to the power of his words. Your voice will shake the earth. You were not given eyes to see just for yourself. You were not given wisdom to keep silent. You were not given truth to keep it locked inside your heart. You were given sight so you could speak. You were given wisdom so you could reveal. You were given truth so you could declare it to the world. Now, open your mouth, chosen one. For too long, the enemy has tried to silence you. He has whispered lies into your mind, telling you that your words do not matter, that no one will listen, that no one will care, that your voice is too small, too insignificant, too powerless to make a difference. But listen to the truth now. Your voice was anointed before you were born. Before you took your first breath, heaven placed a calling upon you. Your words were destined to break chains. Your testimony was meant to set captives free. Your voice was never meant to be small. It was meant to echo across the earth, to awaken the sleeping, to call forth the chosen, to declare that the kingdom of heaven is near. And yet, you have held back. You have hesitated. You have questioned yourself. You have wondered if you should remain silent, if you should keep the truth to yourself, if you should wait for a time when it feels safer to speak. But there will never be a safer time. Do not whisper when you were meant to roar. Do not hide when you were meant to stand. You do not speak to please. You do not speak to be accepted. You speak to break chains. You speak to awaken. You speak because you were sent. The world is drowning in deception, and the enemy has worked tirelessly to keep the truth suppressed. If you do not speak, who will? If you do not rise, who will take your place? This is not just about you. There are people waiting for the words that only you can speak. There are souls in darkness who will never find the light unless you are bold enough to shine it. There are captives whose chains will never be broken unless you open your mouth and declare the truth. Heaven has given you a voice, and now heaven is commanding you to use it. The fourth revelation has been given. Now you must proclaim it. These messages have been delivered, and you have heard them. The words have stirred something deep within you, awakening what has long been dormant. But now, you must decide. To delay is to deny. To hesitate is to surrender ground to the enemy. You would not be drawn to these words if you were not meant to hear them. You would not feel this stirring in your soul if you were not part of something greater. This is your confirmation. This is your call. This is your moment. The time for waiting is over. The time for questioning is done. Heaven has spoken, and heaven is waiting for your response. Will you shrink back, or will you step forward? Will you remain in doubt, or will you rise in faith? Will you stay silent, or will you speak the truth that was placed inside of you? The four angels have spoken. The path has been revealed. The choice is yours. Now, chosen one, will you rise? Amen and amen. If these words have ignited something in your spirit, if you feel the call to step into your purpose, do not keep this message to yourself. Like, share, and subscribe to this channel so that more chosen ones can awaken. Leave a comment below and declare, I will rise. Together, we will shake the earth. The time is now. Have you ever looked back on your childhood and felt that certain moments, emotions, or experiences were not merely coincidences, but signs of something greater? Perhaps you sensed an invisible presence guiding you, a quiet voice calling you toward a purpose you couldn't yet understand. From the first steps of life, some are marked by subtle but profound indicators that they are set apart for a divine mission. These signs, sometimes quiet and unassuming, are evidence that the Creator has crafted a unique path for your life. In Jeremiah 1:5, God says, Before I formed you in the womb, I knew you. Before you were born, I set you apart. I appointed you as a prophet to the nations. This profound truth reveals that God's plan for each of us begins long before we take our first breath. Like Jeremiah, many of us carry invisible marks from an early age, quietly preparing us for a destiny far beyond our understanding. Today, I invite you to embark on a journey of self-discovery as we explore 10 powerful signs that you may have been chosen by God from childhood. As you reflect on your own story, you may come to realize that God has been leaving clues all along, guiding, protecting, and preparing you for a divine purpose. Sign number 1. A deep sense of being different. From a young age, you may have felt different from those around you. While other children easily blended into groups, laughing and playing without hesitation, perhaps you found comfort in solitude, observing, reflecting, and thinking deeply about the world. You may have been more introspective, preferring quiet moments over loud gatherings, or drawn to thoughts and ideas far beyond your years. This sense of singularity, the quiet feeling that you were made for something more, can be both isolating and comforting. At times, you may have silently wondered, why do I feel this way? Why don't I completely belong here? This lingering question wasn't a sign of weakness or inadequacy. Rather, it was a divine mark upon your soul. God was setting you apart, crafting you for a mission far greater than you could understand at the time. This inner sense of being different was never meant to make you feel less than others. It was God's gentle whisper reminding you that your life carries extraordinary meaning and purpose. Romans 12:2 encourages us, do not conform to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. This verse speaks directly to those who feel different, reminding you that your uniqueness is intentional. God designed you to stand apart, not to follow the crowd, but to lead, inspire, and fulfill a distinct calling. This difference you felt growing up was a divine gift. It was God preparing your heart and mind for the unique purpose He has planned for you. Recognizing and embracing this sense of singularity is often the first and most important step in understanding your divine purpose. Trust that God set you apart for a reason, and in His perfect time, that purpose will unfold in ways more beautiful than you can imagine. Sign number 2. Heightened awareness and sensitivity. As a child, did you sense emotions or shifts in the atmosphere that others seem to overlook? Perhaps you could feel the unspoken sadness behind a smile, sense tension in a room without anyone saying a word, or feel overwhelming peace in the quiet of nature. You may have noticed how a gentle breeze, the sound of rain, or the stillness of the night stirred something deep within you, an unexplainable feeling that you were connected to something far greater than yourself. This heightened awareness, this deep consciousness, was not accidental. Proverbs 20:27 reveals this truth. The human spirit is the lamp of the Lord that sheds light on one's inmost being. God often uses our inner sensitivity as a divine tool to guide us, revealing truths that are hidden from the surface. Your ability to perceive things beyond what is seen or spoken was intentionally placed within you by God. It is a spiritual gift, designed to help you understand people and situations in a way that others may not. This sensitivity may have made you more aware of the needs of others, or more attuned to the presence of God in the world around you. Perhaps you felt deeply moved by the beauty of creation, the quiet moments of reflection, or even by the struggles of those around you. These experiences were not random. They were God's way of awakening your spirit, drawing you closer to His presence, and preparing you for a greater purpose. Sign number 3. Extraordinary empathy. One of the most profound signs of being chosen by God is the extraordinary ability to deeply feel and understand the emotions of others. From a young age, you may have noticed when someone was sad, anxious, or lonely, even when they tried to hide it. While others may have overlooked these silent struggles, you sensed them instinctively, feeling their pain, their joy, and their burdens as if they were your own. This deep emotional sensitivity is far more than simple compassion. It is a divine gift, a reflection of God's love working through you. Romans 12:15 instructs us, "Rejoice with those who rejoice, mourn with those who mourn." This verse speaks to the heart of empathy, sharing in both the celebrations and the sorrows of others. God has molded your heart to mirror His own, filling you with the ability to comfort, support, and uplift those who are hurting. This spiritual sensitivity enables you to reach people in ways words alone cannot, offering understanding, warmth, and healing where it is most needed. Perhaps you were the child who sat beside the lonely classmate or comforted someone without needing to know why they were upset. This natural response to the pain and joy of others was not a coincidence. It was God preparing you to be a beacon of His love. Your empathy is a sacred tool that allows you to build genuine connections, providing strength and hope to those who feel unseen or forgotten. Sign number 4. Prophetic dreams and premonitions. Have you ever experienced dreams so vivid and profound that they remained etched in your memory for years? Or perhaps you had an unexplainable feeling that something significant was about to happen, only to later witness it unfold exactly as you sensed. These moments are far more than mere imagination or coincidence. They are divine whispers, subtle yet powerful signs of God's presence, guiding and preparing you for the path ahead. In Job 33:15-16, we are reminded of how God speaks to us in quiet, mysterious ways. In a dream, in a vision of the night, when deep sleep falls on people as they slumber in their beds, He may speak in their ears and terrify them with warnings. This scripture reveals that God often uses dreams and visions to communicate His will, offer comfort, reveal hidden truths, or even provide warnings about future events. Perhaps you can recall moments when a dream offered you peace during a difficult season, or when it brought clarity to a decision you were struggling with. Maybe a vision alerted you to avoid a situation, or encouraged you to take a bold step in faith. These spiritual experiences are not accidental. They are intentional signs that God is actively working in your life, drawing you closer to Him and preparing you for the divine assignment He has placed upon you. Many figures in the Bible, like Joseph and Daniel, were guided by God through dreams and visions. Just as He spoke to them, He speaks to you, gently guiding, warning, and comforting you. These moments are a reflection of your deep spiritual connection and a clear indication that God is shaping and equipping you for a greater purpose. Embrace these divine whispers, for they are signs that you are chosen and being prepared to fulfill God's extraordinary plan for your life. Sign number 5. Divine protection. Do you remember moments in your life when you narrowly escaped danger, or when an unexpected solution appeared just in time to save you from harm? Perhaps there were times when you made a sudden decision to change your path, unknowingly avoiding an accident or a harmful situation. Or maybe someone appeared in your life at the exact moment you needed help, offering support or guidance when you felt lost and vulnerable. These moments were not coincidences. They were powerful manifestations of God's divine protection over your life. Psalm 91:11 reassures us of this truth. For he will command his angels concerning you to guard you in all your ways. This promise is a reminder that God assigns his angels to watch over and protect those he has called for a greater purpose. His protection is constant and intentional, guiding you away from harm and surrounding you with his divine care. Perhaps as a child, you experienced situations where danger was near, yet somehow you were shielded. You may have felt an invisible force steering you away from harm, or circumstances unexpectedly shifted in your favor. These experiences are evidence that God has been safeguarding you, ensuring that nothing could derail the destiny he has designed for you. God's protection is not always dramatic or obvious. Sometimes it is a quiet nudge in your spirit, an instinct to pause, or the sudden arrival of help when you need it most. These moments are his way of showing that your life holds significant purpose and that he is actively preserving you to fulfill it. Trust in his divine protection, knowing that God has been with you every step of the way. His unseen hand has guided you through dangers you recognized and many more you never even noticed. This constant care is a clear sign that you are chosen and deeply loved. Sign number 6. A natural connection with God. From a young age, you may have sensed that God was always near, a constant, comforting presence, much like a trusted friend who quietly walks beside you. While others might have viewed prayer as something formal or distant, you may have found yourself naturally speaking to God as if he were right there, listening to every word. Even without hearing an audible response, you felt assured that he was near, attentive to your thoughts and feelings. This deep, personal connection is one of the clearest signs that you were chosen for a special purpose. Psalm 145:18 beautifully affirms this truth. The Lord is near to all who call on him, to all who call on him in truth. This verse is a reminder that God draws especially close to those who sincerely seek him. That quiet urge you had to pray, those moments of stillness when you felt an overwhelming sense of peace, especially during times of confusion or fear, were not coincidences. They were God's way of gently preparing your heart for a deeper relationship with him. Perhaps in moments when you felt alone or misunderstood, an unexplainable comfort surrounded you, calming your fears and lifting your spirit. This inner peace was God's assurance that he was guiding and protecting you. Even as a child, your heart was attuned to his presence, and that sensitivity to God's voice was a reflection of the divine calling placed upon your life. This closeness to God is not something everyone naturally experiences. It is a sacred gift, a sign that he has set you apart to walk intimately with him. Embrace this connection, nurture it, and know that God has been walking with you since the very beginning, guiding you step by step toward the destiny he designed just for you. Sign number 7. Facing unusual challenges. Early in life, chosen individuals often face significant challenges from a young age, challenges that seem heavier and more complex than what others experience. Perhaps you felt misunderstood by your family or peers, struggling to find where you truly belonged. Maybe you endured emotional pain, isolation, or situations that forced you to mature faster than those around you. These hardships may have left you wondering why your path felt more difficult, why you carried burdens others didn't seem to bear. But these struggles were not meant to break you. They were allowed by God to shape and refine you, strengthening your heart and spirit for the greater purpose he has prepared for you. In Romans 5:3-4, we are reminded, "We also glory in our sufferings because we know that suffering produces perseverance, perseverance, character, and character, hope." Every obstacle you faced was part of God's divine process of building resilience, compassion, and inner strength within you. Pain taught you empathy for others, trials forged your endurance, and loss deepened your understanding of God's comfort. Just as fire refines gold, your hardships refined your character, preparing you to fulfill the unique calling placed upon your life. Consider how biblical figures like Joseph and Moses faced great adversity before stepping into their God-given roles. Joseph was betrayed and imprisoned before rising to power, and Moses endured rejection and exile before leading Israel. Their struggles were not punishments but preparation. Likewise, your challenges have been God's way of equipping you with the strength, wisdom, and compassion necessary to carry out His purpose. Trust that every hardship has meaning, and through it all, God is molding you into the person you need to be to fulfill your divine destiny. Sign number 8. A fascination with stories of faith and courage. Were you drawn to stories of biblical heroes, martyrs, or spiritual leaders who faced overwhelming challenges, yet remained steadfast in their faith? Perhaps the courage of David standing before Goliath, the unwavering obedience of Noah building the ark despite mockery, or the resilience of Esther risking her life to save her people deeply moved you. Maybe stories of modern-day missionaries, reformers, or martyrs who sacrificed everything for their beliefs captivated your heart in ways other stories could not. This deep fascination was not a mere childhood interest. It was God quietly planting seeds of courage, faith, and purpose within you. These stories ignited something powerful in your spirit, inspiring you to believe that, like those heroes of faith, you too are capable of standing firm in the face of adversity and fulfilling a divine calling. Hebrews 12:1 reminds us of this truth. Therefore, since we are surrounded by such a great cloud of witnesses, let us throw off everything that hinders and the sin that so easily entangles, and let us run with perseverance the race marked out for us. The great cloud of witnesses refers to the faithful men and women who have gone before us, living examples of courage, sacrifice, and obedience. Their stories serve as guiding lights, encouraging us to persevere in our own journeys. These stories were more than entertainment. They were mirrors reflecting the path God is calling you to walk. They stirred a desire within you to live boldly, to make a difference, and to trust God through every challenge. Embrace this divine inspiration, knowing that God has been preparing your heart all along to step into your own story of faith and courage. Sign number 9. A relentless curiosity for deeper truths. Perhaps from a young age, you found yourself asking deep and challenging questions about life, God, and existence, questions that others around you rarely considered. You may have wondered about the meaning of life, the reason behind suffering, or the nature of God's presence in the world. While others were content with simple answers, you felt an unshakable need to dig deeper, to seek truth beyond the surface. This relentless curiosity was not accidental. It was a divine seed planted in your heart, a sign that your soul was destined for something greater. Proverbs 2:3-5 speaks directly to this search for truth. Indeed, if you call out for insight and cry aloud for understanding, and if you look for it as for silver and search for it as for hidden treasure, then you will understand the fear of the Lord and find the knowledge of God. This passage reveals that God honors the heart that seeks wisdom. Your thirst for understanding is a reflection of the calling God has placed on your life, to pursue His truth with passion and dedication. This hunger for deeper knowledge isn't just for your own growth. God is preparing you to lead, teach, and inspire others. Your journey of seeking truth equips you to guide those who are lost, to provide answers for those in doubt, and to share the wisdom you've gained. Every question you've asked and every answer you've pursued is part of God's greater plan for you. Embrace this divine curiosity as a sacred gift, knowing that through your pursuit of truth, you are being shaped into a vessel of God's wisdom, ready to illuminate the path for others on their spiritual journey. Sign number 10. Unshakable resilience. Despite the many hardships you have faced, You found the strength to keep moving forward. This resilience is not something you developed on your own. It is the result of God's unwavering presence and strength working within you. In moments when you felt weak, burdened, or overwhelmed, it was God who lifted you up, giving you the courage to stand tall and press on. His grace became your foundation, and His power became your source of endurance. Isaiah 41:10 offers this powerful reminder. Do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. This promise assures us that no matter how heavy our burdens or how fierce our battles, we are never alone. God's presence surrounds us, His strength fills us, and His hand upholds us. Every trial you have encountered was not meant to break you but to mold you. These challenges served as stepping stones, shaping your character, deepening your faith, and building your endurance. Like gold refined in the fire, each hardship has purified and strengthened you, preparing you for the greater purpose God has designed for your life. Through every storm and every struggle, God has been equipping you to become a beacon of hope and strength to others. Your story of perseverance is a testimony of His power working through you, a light that can guide others through their own darkness. Embrace this resilience as a divine gift and continue to walk boldly, knowing that God is always by your side, guiding and strengthening you for the journey ahead. Reflect on these signs and know they are not mere coincidences. They are God's fingerprints on your life, guiding you toward a purpose far greater than yourself. Every experience, every feeling of being different, and every moment of divine protection has been part of His perfect plan for you. Embrace your calling with confidence. Let your light shine brightly and inspire those around you. Your journey is only beginning, and God is walking beside you every step of the way, leading you toward the destiny He has prepared for you. If you've recognized these signs in your own life, share your thoughts in the comments below. Let's grow together in faith and walk this blessed path hand in hand. Thank you for watching and being part of this uplifting community. If this message has touched your heart, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel for more inspiring content. May God bless you abundantly on your journey. Amen.